online, it says out loud how much everything it is that you buy, and that's kind of a weird thing. I don't know if you can. I feel like there is a way to disable that, but the default setting is that everything you buy is like boop $1.99, boop $4.55. Like it does.
Right. Does it say your? Well, I mean, so what's so bad about that?
That's my business. Some people be knowing what I'm buying. Like that's all. Don't put my business out there, robot. That's all.
What's up, everybody? I'm Zap, and this is Jericho, and we are the now 6-time international award-winning pop hip-hop music duo Bandit Future. We do clean, fun music that everyone can listen to with a sound that's uniquely Californian. And right now, you are tuned into the Life's a Circus podcast, where we talk about everything that's funny, interesting, and ridiculous. But wait, we need your help. Help us out. Tired of eating mayonnaise sandwiches. Give your boys some funds. You know what I'm saying? You can join the channel, become a member. That'll help us out. Or you could just like, subscribe, comment, and share this video with people who stealing, because there's thievery going on. That's right.
Here's the thing about that. I don't know what you're about to say, but this is going to be weird, almost like a devil's advocate thing. But like stealing is really fun.
No, bad, Jericho. No,
here's the thing. I'm just trying to say, like, why do people do it? Like, I get it. It kind of has a thing. Like, you get this like rush of adrenaline that doing it, and then you get the thing that you stole. It's like two things to do. You know what I
mean? No, we're not doing the two things.
No, I'm not telling people to do it. I'm not telling people to steal. Like, don't steal unless you want to. But like, don't, like, stealing's bad. Okay.
In case you haven't noticed, people are stealing, and they're stealing a lot. And if you stick around to the end, I'll tell you exactly how much that they're stealing, and the number is going to surprise you. It's very shocking. Stealing is bad. Okay, you shouldn't steal. But I'm bringing this up because it's affecting me, and that's the most important thing. Look, Jericho, the self-checkout line, do you ever use that?
That's all I use because people are gross.
Oh, okay. That's your primary reason?
No, it's faster. And the thing is, people don't get in it. That's the thing. It's faster and no one gets, like, it's always, there's 20 people over here in the line just coughing on each other. And then there's nobody in the self-checkout. I just go there.
I didn't really think about it like that. My number one reason is just the speed and just being able to like get in and get out. But
that too. That's like number two. Yeah.
I feel like people don't go to it because they're afraid to use it.
Well, there's nobody there. It's kind of creepy. I mean, there's a person sitting to make sure they don't steal, which is totally not. They're not there half the time, so they're not doing the job.
I feel like, well, I was kind of leaning more towards the technology aspect of it.
Oh, okay.
It's just like, I feel like there's still a large number of people, especially older people, who are just like, computers just don't really make sense to them. It seems more complicated in their minds to use the self-checkout than to just go through the line and have a cashier ring everything up. At least, I don't know, that's just my hypothesis. I digress. I mentioned the self-checkout line because that's one of the big places people are stealing. So stop stealing. Stop stealing because...
Well, you know about that too, that actually could be a deterrent for people to use it. Whenever you buy things on the self-checkout line, it says out loud how much everything it is that you buy. And that's kind of a weird thing. I don't know if you can, I feel like there is a way to disable that, but the default setting is that everything you buy is like, boop, $1.99, boop, $4.55. Like it does.
Right. Does it say you're? Well, I mean, so what's so bad about that?
That's my business. Some people be knowing what I'm buying. Like, like that's all. Don't put my business out there, robot. That's all.
It's just a price. I don't know. I don't know. If it was like one box of condoms, $12.99, then then it would be like, hey man.
Yeah, I don't. I honestly feel like there's certain circumstances where it says something about what you bought, but not like that. Not like that now.
Okay. Well, anyway, so people are getting these self checkout lines, and they be stealing, man, and they're stealing so much that one of the major places that they are stealing is Target, man. Target is having or Target if you're uncivilized. They're having a big problem with stealing, and it's so much in the checkout lines that they are reducing the hours that the checkout lines are open, and it's like making people upset. And it would make me upset too, because I hate when I'm like I'm running in to just get something and get out, and it's like all the self checkout lines are closed, and you have to go to the line. Which I told you the other day, there's some lady in the store just buying $100 worth of nothing, like just stupid stuff, man. And I got like a candy bar. I'm just like,
the people that there are people that actually will look at you and say, "Hey, go ahead, just go ahead. You only have one thing. Go ahead."
Yeah.
And there are the people who look at you and for sure, like, I'm not letting this person.
Yeah, I was here first.
Decision they make. I will not let you in front of me. I don't care if I'm here for 5 hours. You'll be here for 5 hours and a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so anyway, the checkout lines there, some places are reducing them to like, I think it's like 10 a.m. to like 8 p.m. or 7 p.m. or something like that. But it's only like basically early in the morning and then late at night, like you can't use a self-checkout line. And then in one extreme case, they put it like 10 a.m. to noon, and that's it. And the rest of the time you have to go.
What's the point? I don't.
People steal it, man. It's just, they can't stop. Yeah. It's when I tell you how much they've been stealing, you'll be like, oh.
Well, here's the thing about that. Of all the places that stealing is fun to do from, which is a weird way to say it, Target's probably doing it for. Yeah, no. Target's probably up there. Target's pretty great. It's a big red Target, literally, and they have all the things you want.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I have or haven't done it, but I'm just saying that that's a place you might want to go if you're thinking of stealing. Also, Bandit Future does not advocate stealing. Pay for everything that you possess.
You're just making it sound really attractive. I don't understand.
Oh, I mean, that wasn't my intention. I'm just,
Yeah, stealing is fun. I'm like, wait a minute, it's not where I'm trying to go.
Oh, okay. So I don't want to be like
I don't think fun is the primary reason.
Have you done it?
No. But if I would, it's because I needed something or I just wanted something that I couldn't afford to have.
Oh.
Haven't you seen Aladdin?
Yeah, it's he was having fun though.
Ahead of the gotta eat to live, gotta still to eat. Tell you all about it when I got the time. See? He was fighting for his life, man.
He made a song about it though. He's having a good time.
All right. So how much? Okay, let's two things. How much money do you think Target is losing a year from people stealing?
I don't know how much they make.
I don't either.
Okay. So I mean, I'm guessing it's a high number because here's the thing too. Target's everywhere, right?
Yes.
They cracked down on Target, the security in California, but I would imagine at like 4 p.m. on a Tuesday in Iowa, it might not be much defense if you want to steal something from the local Target.
Okay, so Target annual revenue is about 100 billion a year.
Okay.
So that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of billions, but stealing, I would say.
So how much is that?
2% of it?
What's 2% of 100 billion? 2
billion.
Billion?
That's the number, I guess. 2% of whatever they make. 2% rule, but for stealing. Also don't steal. Now
that we know how much that they make, this number doesn't seem as crazy as I thought.
Okay.
Because they lose 500 million.
Oh, yeah, that's not... Okay, so, right. It's like context. Like in a bubble, that's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a whole lot.
It's a lot of money.
It's a whole lot of money.
But it's like 0.5% of all that they make.
That'd be fine. Yeah. Now, that'd be crazier if it was like...
we changed our mantra. Everybody just go out and steal. Target, especially because they got it, man. They cool. That'd be all right.
No, what would be crazier, though, if it was just like a ring of 20 people that are stealing everything from Target, just 20, then that'd be like, okay, they are...
There are rings of like... There's people that have been doing this for years. I mean, it's especially after 2020, like stuff kind of really got crazy, especially in California. But there's... I don't know if you've seen these like mobs of people.
Yeah, they'll just run in, like, take everything.
Yeah, they're all like in it, and they just kind of do it regularly. They go store to store to store, and just kind of do this thing. So that's Target. The last part of the tease is how much retail theft is, and this is from 2022, but pretty recent for like all nationwide, and that is 112 billion. So that's basically the entirety of Target's revenue. Is the same amount that people are stealing just nationwide from all different kinds of stores. So y'all are out here stealing an entire Target every year.
The entire Target income stream in one year.
An entire Target corporation worth of products and merchandise. You guys are stealing it every year, and that's a problem. But you're ruining my self-checkout experience, so stop it. I want to use self-checkout. Don't make them take it away from me.
Now you say it that way, I am also slightly more on the side of don't steal from Target.
Yeah.
You never even went there and just like took a candy and ate it?
I don't steal, man. I don't like stealing. I feel bad if I do.
Okay, you ever do the thing where this is not an interrogation. You ever do the thing where you buy a soda and you start drinking it in the store, be like, I'm gonna pay for it, and then
that's so ghetto to me. I never do that.
Oh, I've done that lots. I'm drinking the soda as I'm checking out, like I bought this too, but you know.
If I was like dying of thirst, yeah, but like
no,
I feel ghetto when I do that or something.
Oh, it's about as ghetto as it gets. The first time I saw that, I think I was like offended, and then I was like, I think that's a good idea. Like, what? I don't have to wait till get to my car to eat this. I don't even know. I got like a candy wrapper. Like, yeah, I ate this too. Ring it up.
You just pulling wrappers out of your pocket. Yeah, ring that up and that. Yeah, I ate that.
Like, how long have you been here, sir?
I ate that in aisle 5. You can ring that up.
I've been here like 8 minutes.
Yeah, I was shopping. I was hungry. This isn't Costco. You don't have. What was I supposed to do? All right. Well, we're going on long. So this has been another episode of the Life's a Circus podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and share this video. People who steal, tell them to stop. We out.
They took our jobs. They took our jobs.
One thing I never saw before that they just installed in the mall near me, and I think it's just genius. I've never seen this before. They just put a... What's up, guys? I'm Zap, and this is Jericho, and we are Bandit Future, a now 6-time international award-winning pop hip-hop music duo. We make clean, fun music that everyone can listen to with a sound that is uniquely Californian. And now, right now, right here, right now,
Baby.
right here, right now. Yeah. You're listening to the Lives of Circus podcast. Well, my voice went really high. Where you're talking, where we're talking about things that are funny, interesting, and ridiculous. But before we get started, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and share this video with at least 2 people who like to go shopping. And make sure you stay to the end of the video, because a lot of people thought that malls were closing down, but they're very much alive. And I'm going to tell you 3 reasons at the end as to why that is the case.
Bam.
Intro. Nailed it. Okay.
I like it.
The rest of it, I don't know.
Well, it's all about how you start and how you finish. The middle can be like, like a plane. It's like, all right, we took off right, a little choppy in the middle, but if we landed right, everything is all forgiven,
I guess so. And if something went wrong, then you can sue later.
Emotional damage. Yeah.
But yeah, so today's topic is all about the American mall, America pastime, if you will. Jericho, do you still go to the mall? Is that a thing you do? Where do you do your shopping, my brother?
Dude, it's always going down in the mall.
Meet me in the trail, it's going down. Meet me in the mall, it's going down.
That is one of the greatest songs of all time. All right. All right. Beyonce made one of the greatest albums of all time. That is one of the greatest songs of all time. All right.
I'm gonna let you finish, but Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
It's just so good.
I do.
I like that song so much. Like, oh my gosh.
I do think about that more than I should.
It's so good. It's
just such a if you just I guess I think about the lyrics too much, because it's just like wherever this guy goes, it's going down.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, how cool is this guy? You can meet him anywhere, and anywhere he is, it's going down.
He's pretty cool.
That's gangster, man.
To me, never met him, but seems pretty cool. I'll still go once in a while. I don't like shopping that much, but I always liked going to the mall. I just like the vibe of it. It's where you went to pick up girls in high school for sure. But just even now, I'll still, if I got some time to kill. Oh, and they have Cinnabon there. Good Lord.
I mean, tell me that place isn't run by Satan. You ever eat a Cinnabon? You have to take a nap halfway through.
I'll go there just because I kind of like it's like a realm of industry that I never really thought of too much until I was older. Actually, after watching an episode of Daria, it's really weird. But it was kind of like this episode about the mall culture in general and how places got big like Cinnabon in malls and what an interesting concept it is. But not like a little, outdoor, but like a big, huge Ontario Mills style, or like the big one in Minnesota, that kind of mall thing. It's just a vibe. It's commerce. It's kind of like capitalism in its friendliest. It's like, hey, here's a lot of stuff that you probably want all in one place. You can come get it and spend time here, and it smells wonderful and it's fun. So I always liked going to the mall. So I'll still go once in a while, but I usually know that I have another option now. I don't have to go to the mall to get stuff that back in the day I did.
Yeah, I mean, I'm from Alabama, Montgomery specifically. We had basically two malls. It was the Montgomery Mall and the Eastdale Mall. Montgomery Mall was all right. It was kind of small. Eastdale Mall was a little bigger, but not compared to what I've seen out here. Like Ontario Mills. Yeah. You mentioned that is huge. The Glendale Galleria, huge. Yeah. What's the one that's like off the 5?
Oh man. Fox Hills.
No, it's like the Citadel, something like that.
I know what you're talking about, but I don't think I've actually ever been there.
I think it's either that or something, or Cerritos. The Cerritos Mall is huge.
It's the Beverly Center.
Yeah.
A big. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the malls are, I guess we don't really think about it, but they're still around. They're still huge. So I'm going to just throw some numbers at you, because I thought like after COVID, like that was it
Mhm.
because like it was a crazy time, and you saw a lot of business, like a lot of big businesses,
Yes.
from bankruptcy. Wow, words.
Yeah.
I remember J.C. Penney was a big one. Bed Bath and Beyond got hit by COVID. Toys R Us.
Oh yeah. R.I.P.
Just,
for the rest. That's legit R.I.P. right there. It's like, oh my.
yeah, like big flagship store. I'm not talking like a little, Radio Shack or Circuit City. I'm talking about like the biggest store in the mall is like shutting down. Like, well, there's gonna be no more mall. Plus, what I thought with e-commerce, the Amazons of the world, it's like, okay, people got used to getting stuff delivered to them, and it's like, why go out? I can just get it on Amazon or
Right.
Walmart.com. So the numbers, however, say the opposite. So malls work with like an occupancy thing.
Mhm.
So basically, the more it's like the number one indicator of how successful the mall is. So the more occupied it is by retailers, the more successful the mall is. Mall occupancy was 89 to 95% last year. 92%, and you're doing good. Anything above that, you're doing good.
Mhm.
So malls are healthy, they're thriving. And this is what happened that I didn't really realize is that when the stores closed, it didn't necessarily mean that was the end of the mall because, in case you didn't notice, a thing called inflation has been happening.
No, I didn't notice.
And so the price of everything has gone up, including rent. They just opened the space back up and they charged more because it was a new tenant. Traffic is actually up, sales are actually up. There's actually waiting lists in some places for some stores to get into the malls.
Mhm.
And so I get into these. There's three things that are really happening, you touched on some of it at the beginning.
Okay.
But I can at least give you this one on the retail side. It's basically people are finding out that, and it's kind of odd, I guess. I didn't expect that to be the way it is, but retailers are finding out that people aren't necessarily making that purchase online. They're just kind of like browsing. It's
Mhm.
almost like TikTok, right? You're not really connecting with anybody. You're just scrolling through and seeing what's
It's there.
available.
Uh-huh.
And they're making more concrete decisions in the store.
Mhm.
And so the the digital part is like getting people to recognize you and who you are, but they're actually seeing more sales being converted in the store,
Mm.
or it's caught not necessarily that, but it's costing them less to get people to buy stuff, basically.
Makes sense. Makes sense. I
So
think. Oh, go ahead.
no, you can go ahead.
That there's no replacement for retail therapy. I think people that love to shop, that I can imagine the people that love to shop, that dopamine rush of having those
Mhm.
two plastic bags when you come out the department store. You can't replace that with this. Oh, we'll just bring it to you. It's like
Yeah.
nah. It's like, don't bring me the. I want to go catch the fish because it's as satisfying to actually catch it and have
hmm
it as it is to pay for it. So I see that as being the thing that drives people more than anything.
hmm Yeah, and then online stores are actually there's stores that have started online and they're actually moving to like the brick and mortar type store. So a few of those companies, one of them is Warby Parker. Have you heard of them?
No, I don't know what that is.
Okay, I see their commercials all the time. They do like eyeglasses, stuff like that.
Okay.
Another company called Allbirds that I haven't heard of. And there's another company called Wayfair that I have heard of. I've definitely bought stuff uh, from their company, and so they'll be building like their own store. Um, so yeah, that's number one. Retailers are seeing positive sales in the brick and mortar, and the second thing, you kind of alluded to it, is just people like there's a certain luxury experience in malls that
Mhm.
people are drawn to. that you don't necessarily get when you're just clicking a button online.
Yeah.
I recently I live near a mall, and I recently went in there, and I usually don't go in there at all, but I was just kind of walking around and looking, and I was like, huh, this is it just felt nice. And I saw like a lot of stores that I wouldn't have come across online, a lot of objects or apparel, just stuff I wouldn't just be looking for online that was just different. You know,
Where else can you ride an escalator?
the airport.
Yeah, okay. So that's two. But I don't go to the airport as much as I go to the mall. But honestly, it's kind of a cool thing too. Like, especially that big one that's always in the middle and everyone's going up, and it's like the promised land appears, so they're kind of going there. Everyone looks it's really interesting, but I think if you pay attention, you see the excitement of people going, I'm about to buy something.
Yeah.
And they get to the top, like, we've arrived, and it's just got a cool atmosphere. It's like an environment, like a built-in environment. Like the people there, they'll have a little entertainment once in a while, especially in the 80s that have all the people that were singing there. But in general, it's just the fact that people are all there, usually in a good mood because they're getting the stuff they want. It's a nice place to just hang out.
Right. Yep. Perfect segue. That's number 3. Is that the mall is just in general an experience for people. And I think what adds to that, or I mean, they actually listed it here too as well. It's not just the stores, but everything else is happening too. So in some malls, they have stuff like go-karting and video game arcades. I know there's some malls have like a trampoline thing you can jump on if you feel like it. And of course, the restaurants, the movies.
Oh, the movies, yeah.
All kind of good food. And one thing I never saw before that they just installed in the mall near me, and I think it's just genius. I've never seen this before. They just put a grocery store inside of the mall near me. And that's literally the first thing I see when I walk in. And it's very weird because grocery store and mall are two different things in my head. But you're already shopping. I guess it makes sense.
Well, from a psychological standpoint, I've never seen that. And that makes a lot of sense because from a psychological standpoint, when people buy stuff, like they're more likely to buy stuff when they've already bought something. So they're kind of in the mode of buying. So I'm going to the store to get my vegetables or whatever, groceries, normal. And then if you're in an environment where there's other stuff you can buy, they're like, you know what, while I'm here, I might as well see if they have and all of a sudden, there you go. You're selling more than you would have. So it's like the stores and the mall have like this kind of symbiotic relationship in a way. So yeah, that makes
It's going down.
get some groceries.
Meet me in the club. Meet me in the club. It's going down.
But if someone meets you there, will it be going down? I mean, do you have that kind of
Anywhere you meet me, guaranteed to go down.
yeah, that kind of pull, man? Will it be going down if I meet you in the mall?
I think so. I think I can say that with confidence. I think it'd be going down in the mall. And you just play that song and like the murder horn song back to back, and dude, I'm lit. Like it's no. I'll use up all my energy for the day in 5 minutes to watch me.
Oh, you know what? I just thought about this.
Oh, what?
Did you say energy? The mall next to me also has a gym in it.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
Like, it's everything. You just go to the mall.
Yeah,
that's so smart because they sold that mall when after COVID because like nobody's renting. They thought it was going to go down, and this guy bought it, and I was like, that's the dumbest thing ever. Like
the same people that were there from the 80s. It's not a good situation. Not a good situation.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like the mall, man.
It's a good place. All right, we went way too long. This has been another episode of the License Circus podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and share this video with somebody who likes to go to the mall. It's going down anywhere I be. I guarantee it's going down.
Hey.
Be in the mall.
They took our jobs. They took our jobs. Took our
They interview people who swear by this. Now, I know you'll be like, were there any scammers? There's lots, of course. There's lots of people who are claiming this, building cults, and then basically eating French fries behind the scenes. And the most famous, and this is real, well, this guy named... What's going on, everybody? I'm Jericho. This is Zap. We are the now 8-time international award-winning pop hip-hop duo Bandit Future. We make clean, fun music that everyone can listen to with a sound that's uniquely Californian. And right now, you, yes, you, are tuned in to the Lifestyle Circus podcast, where we talk about things that are funny, interesting, and just straight ridiculous. So before we get into this thing, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share this video with 2 people who are tired of eating, who want to find a different way. Did you know there's a different way? Did you know that there's an answer? If you don't want to eat, you don't have to anymore.
It better be a good answer, because I want to eat.
No. Check it out. Hear me out. You don't have to eat.
That's my favorite pastime.
Well, maybe this will be more of your favorite pastime.
Skeptical.
They say it in 2 different ways: breatharianism or breatharianism. I'm not sure which one. Stop shaking your head. You haven't even heard the whole thing. It's where you basically eat the air and you don't eat the food. That's it. Doesn't that sound fantastic?
See, I blame these millennials.
No, this is old, man. This is old stuff. This is old stuff. So, for those of you who have never heard the term breatharianism or breatharianism, I hear both. The guy in the video that I was listening to said both back to back, including in his annotations. I was like, okay, so pick one, dude. But anyways, it's the idea that human beings do not need to eat calories to sustain energy. And there is evidence of this, although there's lots of skepticism, understandably. You don't like this at all. I understand.
Fake news.
So let me tell you a little bit about it. It all started with a study of a guy named Prahlad Jani. And he was a man, I think he's from India or Pakistan, one of the two. And basically he passed away a few years ago, but at the time he had not eaten or drank anything for 70 years. That's what he said. 70. Okay. And so everyone was like, that's kind of ridiculous. Doesn't sound real. And every scientist said there's no way this is possible. So they decided to study the man. They took him to a hospital, did everything, CAT scan, checked his levels of everything. And they say that for 15 days, this man did not eat or drink. He didn't poop. He didn't pee, nothing. And none of his levels changed. And that he had an energy that wasn't related to calories. And they can't figure it out. Because calories equal energy, literally, right? You eat calories, you get energy. He didn't. And after 15 days, because he basically just sat on the bed the whole time they did the studies, and then he just sat there. And when he sat there, they said he kind of went into this trance state. And what they say that a lot of these people do is they're meditating, but the meditation allows them access to a part of the human body that is actually able to process air and sunlight as if you were a plant. That is literally what happened. And then they let him go and he lived his life. There's other cases of this, but that's just kind of scratching the surface of it. So just off of the initial thing, y'all in? You ready to try it? You ready? You ready to jump in? Because you don't have to eat. You can just not eat.
Yeah. I skipped dinner the other night, and I was so incredibly hungry the next morning. So in that little bit of time, I don't think air would have done it for me. I don't understand. I don't
think you're really seeing this. You're so
I don't think they're really seeing this. You
can be like a tree. You can be like a tree. I'm not for this or against this. I think I am a skeptic as well. However, there's another study of a guy much more recently. They called him the Buddha boy in Nepal. And they basically found this cat sitting, well, it was a guy, but I call him a cat. He was sitting under a tree for about a year, just sitting there. And everyone was like, what's up with this guy? He didn't move. And so they just would take pictures of him and give him gifts, and he was just sat there. And then after about a year, he disappeared. And they said, what happened? Then he apparently had just got up because he got tired of people looking at him. So he went somewhere into the woods, and he's just sitting there. And if you watch the video, it's really creepy because it's like, is he dead? But he says that because he actually spoke a couple times. He's just connected to the source that his ancestors knew and all that kind of stuff. And they talked like his friends, like, yeah, he doesn't eat, doesn't drink, he just vibes out, and that's the thing. Oh, the friend said that they converse telepathically, which is kind of an extra thing that I'm a fan of. I like the idea. None of it sounds plausible.
Kind of an extra thing.
Right. And science is all this isn't the thing. It can't be real. Yet there are a few cases of this happening. The patron saint of Switzerland in the 1700s, Nicholas of Fleur, apparently the last 20 years of his life, he only ate light, right? So there was a study done in 2014 about the sun gazing, which is some parts of China say that that's what they do, not staring at the sun, but using the sun as energy. And there was a proof that human mitochondria can actually process sunlight and convert it to energy. That's what science is starting to, okay, maybe there's something to this. But the idea that you only eat air, sun, isn't the most widely accepted version of this breatharianism thing. It's kind of a spectrum. So there's 3 levels. One is called BEGO. And that's where you don't eat anything. You don't drink anything. You just exist. And you're one with nature, and you don't have to, like I said, the energy comes from something that is not caloric. And then there are people that only drink like liquids, and that's like the second step of it. And the third is eating 200 to 300 calories a day, mostly just fruits or vegetables. So the only extensive study that did this was of a guy. They studied him for 410 days, and he was averaging about 200 calories a day. And he lost a considerable amount of weight, but he was fine, right? And the hunger thing is something that goes away after a while because your body learns to cope, I suppose. So it's kind of getting more popular as people are tired of maybe the Western way of trying to stay healthy or be healthy, the standard American diet, which apparently is leaving a lot of people with disease and things like that. They're looking for other things. So they're looking for this thing. Now, another term for this idea is seeking prana. And basically breatharianism is living on prana and taking energy directly instead of what we do when we eat stuff is we take the energy from the thing. But this practice just makes the energy coming directly to us without any middleman, basically. And that's the whole rundown. But they interview people who swear by this. Now, I know you'll be like, were there any scammers? There's lots, of course. There's lots of people who are claiming this, building cults, and then basically eating French fries behind the scenes. And the most famous, and this is real, well, this guy named Willie Brooks. And basically he built this cult up somewhere in the desert, somewhere in the United States. And one day somebody went to McDonald's late at night and they're like, that looks like Willie. Mm-hmm. Sure was. He got caught Big Mac handed, and they stopped following him because they knew he was full of it. But it is something that, like I said, people are looking to as maybe this is another way to live as far as prolonging life. Now, it doesn't mean you're not going to die. The initial guy that I mentioned, he died when he was 90. And if you looked at him, he looked fine. Like he wasn't jumping over buildings, but he could walk fine. He'd clear mind, all that kind of stuff. So it's just something that is starting to become, more people are trying it. More Westerners are trying it. Okay. So have I convinced you yet? Are you going to do it? Or what do you think is possible could be happening instead? Okay. There's, of course, maybe they're just eating at night when no one's looking at them. In your mind, any remote truth, any remote possibility that this is actually a thing that you or I could try and not die. Science said we'd die, but science said that the guy that they had in the hospital would have been dead in 12 days, and he lived 15 and he was fine, and that's what they let him go. Like, there's no way we can keep watching him like this. But what do you think? Do you have any?
It's a bad sign when, like, the more you keep talking, the worse, the more it doesn't make sense.
For sure.
It is. I will say this: it is intriguing
Sure.
because I am trying to figure out in my head how is this scientifically possible,
Mm-hmm.
and the first thing I thought about was, okay, like you said, the different levels. You need liquids,
Right.
like as a base, I think. So, is there a way to, because there's moisture in the air, is whatever these guys are doing, is it like extracting moisture out of the air into your body
Mm-hmm.
and somehow providing liquids? This sounds really weird, but it's just like
Right.
maybe there is some kind of something to this.
Sure. Well, here's the thing. If anyone is interested in it, there is a channel on YouTube called Take a Deep Breath that really is more about breath work in general, but he explores a lot about the subject. And he interviewed probably the world's most renowned expert on the subject, whose name is P.A. Straubinger.
PA.
P.A. or P.A. Straubinger. And he basically says, well, we can go 3 days without water. We can go 45 days without food. We can go about 10 minutes without air. So in a sense, we're all breatharians because we kind of, when we're not eating or drinking, we're breathing. And his idea is that people that have access to just making the breath part kind of override. It's almost like, okay, for diet, what we need fat, we need protein, we need carbs, right? So let's just use all of one instead of a balance of all three. And so the breatharians, I don't know how to say anymore. Breatharian, I'm gonna go with that. Instead of eating, drinking, and breathing, they just take breathing and make that the only thing they do. So in that sense, it's like, that's really interesting. But it does sound very far-fetched. Would I ever want to do it? Not in a million years. It does not sound fun because if you're not, most things that you do when you're social, you're eating and stuff. If you're not eating, what are you doing? You're just sitting around. And these people do just kind of sit still. You ever see like a bug or a creature and you see it and it's just there? It's like, what are you doing? That's what they are. They just sit there and they're channeling the thing. So if you have to spend most of your time doing that, I'd much rather eat a steak and then keep it pushing. So that's just me. But
so here's my other wild theory as to how it could possibly work.
Tell me.
Just this makes no sense, but whatever.
Sure.
You think about, because the light, I mean, in my head, you're doing some kind of Naruto jutsu and you're pulling in moisture from the air. Yeah. That's how it's working in my head right now.
I'll take it.
And no one can tell me any different. So now it's like, okay, you've got the liquid part. What about all the solid, like protein, all that kind of stuff? I'm thinking about all the microscopic organisms that are around us, all the bacteria, all the stuff that's on us. I read something the other day that was just like, there's all these things on our faces.
Yeah, everything.
There's just like thousands of these little whatever. And then there's stuff all in the air. What if they're just like focusing so hard on the breathing that they're like intaking all of these microorganisms that have all of this stuff that we have with food? So basically it's like they're eating all the time, just microscopic versions of food.
So they're whales.
Boom.
You heard it here first. People.
Boom. I wish I had a mic. Where's the microphone?
Breatharians or whales? That's what I heard.
Nobel Peace Prize right here. Give it to me.
I don't know if pieces of the thing you get for this. I feel like we riots in the street. Guess what, everybody? Closing down KFC and Popeyes because you just open it up and walk around.
Oh, what if you opened an air restaurant and just charge people $20?
People would go. I know people would go. All right, that's. Oh gosh, I'm
$20 all you can eat.
It's the purest air from the mountaintops of Sweden. Well, I think that this is a fascinating thing that if people want to investigate more, go for it. But like I said, I'm not going to try it. So if you do, leave a comment that says you tried it and that you're going to live forever because you found Nirvana. I'm not sure. Live your life. But this has been another episode of the Life's a Circus podcast. So make sure to like, subscribe, comment, share this video with someone that you think will find it interesting, and just keep this in mind. All right. Let's hit home. If you don't eat, you don't need to buy food.
Well, yeah.
If you don't need to buy food,
Mm-hmm.
maybe you don't need a job.
You don't need a job. You don't need a job because you don't have to buy food. You just eat air holes. It's not possible.
They took our jobs. They took our jobs.
I mentioned that there was this kind of a weird coincidence when you brought this up, because I don't know this, or I don't know if y'all know this, Bobby, but I've been reading sometimes. And the book that I happen to be reading at the moment is called...
What's up, guys? I'm Zap. This is Jericho, and we are the now 6-time international award-winning pop hip-hop music group Bandit Future. We do clean, fun music that everyone can listen to with a sound that's uniquely Californian. And right now, you're tuned into the Life's a Circus podcast, where we talk about everything that's funny, interesting, and ridiculous. But before we jump into it, make sure you help us out. Like, subscribe, comment, and share this video with somebody who likes plants. Because... or vegetables. Throw them in there too. They're plants. Because vegetables are murder. And I'm bringing it back because there's some news, man. So before we had a couple of videos actually about the carnivore diet, if you remember. And it was just like basically the opposite of vegetarianism or veganism. So instead of not eating meat, you're not eating like vegetables and plants. It's kind of weird. Joe Rogan was all into it. He said it worked for him. Right. But I don't know if you remember, you mentioned a lady who said that plants kill you from the inside. Do you remember her name or like what she was talking about?
Her name, no.
But she was saying like plants, it was like a defense.
Well, yeah, but plants basically as a defense mechanism secrete things that basically make the person who eats them feel bad so they don't keep eating them. You know, which is the thing that some plants, I mean, honestly do. Yeah. Any, creature, but I don't remember her name.
Okay. No, it was funny at the time and I kind of halfway believed it, but there's more evidence that has come out now. So there's been a recent study in Japan about plants actually talking to one another. Jericho, do you think plants can talk to each other?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that was an easy sell. But
here's the thing. I mentioned that there was this kind of a weird coincidence when you brought this up, because I don't know this, or I don't know if y'all know this, Bobby, but I've been reading sometimes. And the book that I happen to be reading at the moment is called The Secret Life of Trees. And it actually is all about plants and their communication. I mean, kind of the evolution and why they're important to the planet and all that kind of stuff. But it does mention how they talk to each other, warning people warning each other of threats. The bugs are over there. Don't do that. The sun is over here. Lean this way. Like they've done studies about that says that they do talk. So I believe it based off of one book that I've read halfway through.
That is pretty crazy because that's kind of what they did in the study in Japan. Like they already knew that, but now they used some kind of fluorescent light to kind of see a visual representation of the plants communicating. And they said the same thing, that plants, that even though it's not like because some people are like, oh, plants have feelings, and that's kind of different. like they don't get sad or happy, or I don't think so. They just kind of do things. But you disagree because it's in
Here's
the book.
the thing. In Japan, because I like to say it that way, because there's one anime I saw forever ago that said it like that, Japan. So I like it. But yeah, in Japan, they've also done studies that show that plants have feelings in the sense that the words that, okay, let's just go way back. I guess maybe words have power in general to make the, create the universe, literally. If you say nice things to plants that grow better, they feel it like they do. That's their result. And so if you go to Japan, which I recommend that y'all do, and you try the fruit, you're eating fruit one that's really expensive, but it's really good. And part of it is because they actually care for it. Like they cultivate it, they talk to it, they massage it, they do all that stuff because they really believe that the plants feel, oh, I feel good, I'll grow better. And I can't say they're wrong.
I mean, yeah, I guess feelings in terms of like emotions, like feeling is like kind of sensory. They can sense stuff, but like some people take it to the extent of like this plant is happy or this plant is angry, or I don't know how far that goes. Because this lady who's PhD, she says he can have emotions because they don't have a nervous system like we do. So they can't like, you know what I'm saying? Like those kind of feelings.
I get you. I mean, I don't think plants get into depression or nothing like that, but I don't know. I haven't read the whole book. Maybe in a week I'll be like, guess what? Break the news. I read the whole thing and it said at the end, plants have feelings, period. So.
All right. Well, just to piggyback off of that. So what they also found in this this Japanese study is that they released something called volatile organic compounds. So it kind of explains more of this defense mechanism or the communication. So this is what they said. It's kind of in line with what you kind of just said earlier, is that, okay, so a caterpillar or a beetle or something just starts munching on the plant. And the plant's like, ow. This isn't fun. This is bad. And so they release these volatile organic compounds, and it's like a warning signal. It's kind of like the same thing as like a perfume, like what you would smell, or you've gone by a plant and it smells kind of minty or something like that.
Yeah.
And so they release this stuff, and it's kind of like a signal, and it signifies the things they eat bugs. And it's just like, hey, come eat the bugs because they're eating me, and make it stop. no joke. Yeah. And so like birds and all kind of other animals are like, ooh, bugs, and they like take the bugs away from the plants, and the plants is like, I got them, and so which is like a crazy layer of the universe that I had no idea was happening. Like entire defense mechanisms.
And all those relationships between like bugs and plants, which the book talks about. And I've always thought about like, I don't know how that starts, but a lot of them feel so perfect. The plant does this for the bug does this for the plant, and it has to be something to it. It's like, because they talk about insects, bugs, animals, maybe trees having instincts, but I think there's some level of thinking or communication in there. I figure there has to be something that says, hey, if you do this for me, I'll like, it's not just random. So I feel like there is something to that. It's just weird to think about,
Yeah. And it's even to the extent of like a bug is attacking a plant and then he releases that stuff. And then like all the other homie plants are like, yeah. And they start helping each other out and releasing all that stuff and trying to like get the bugs away. And another version of that is like the concept of nicotine, which is found in a lot of plants. And that's like that goes back to what I was saying earlier, or what you were saying earlier, that lady said that they release like the nicotine. That's like another defense mechanism to where like they killing you from the inside. Y'all stop eating plants. They gangsters out here. You think it's a nice flower and it's trying to murk you.
I'm saying plants are nice. They got flowers. They have, I can't remember any parts of stamen, maybe. They have parts, okay?
That sounds right.
Yeah, sure. Stamen, bark, right?
Like seventh grade,
Xylem, maybe.
botany class or whatever.
They got rings. You can tell how old they are. That's cool. You know what I mean?
But yeah, so the moral of the story is plants are a gangster and crazy. So don't mess with them. Eat chicken.
Plants have feelings.
Yeah, let's put that on his shirt.
They'll get that VOC on you. That what do you call it? Volatile VOC.
Organic compound. Yeah.
VOC, son.
Yeah, VOCs represent.
Gang.
Gang.
If you see VOC spray painted on a redwood, don't near it.
Yeah. But that's it. That's been another episode of the Life's a Circus podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share this video. Let us know if you've been ganged up on by a plant or if you've seen a plant talking, because people will think you're strange, but we might believe you.
Feed me, Seymour.
They took our jobs. They took our jobs.
Calling us the doomer generation. Honestly, I'm cool with it, because when I wake up, I get 20 notifications about 30 different reasons why I'll never be able to afford a home. I look around, see my computer science degree all framed up, about to turn into an art piece because of AI. Then we're in a loneliness epidemic, but these gas prices and these heat waves collaborating to keep me indoors. And they say it's not going to get any better. So...
What's up, everybody? I'm Zap, and this is Jericho, and we are the now 8-time international award-winning pop hip-hop music duo Band Future. We do clean, fun music that everyone can listen to with a sound that's uniquely California. And right now, you're tuned into the Life's a Circus podcast, where we talk about everything that is funny, interesting, and ridiculous. But before we jump into the topic today, help your boys out. Come on now. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and share this video with somebody who likes to go shopping.
I see.
You know anybody in your life, Jericho, who likes to shop?
Maybe.
Who maybe gets things delivered?
Maybe.
From Amazon every
Maybe.
day?
There's a possibility that I know someone. You said close to home, and that was apropos. So.
Well, shopping might sound fun, but there's something called doom spending. I'm gonna tell you what that is. I'm gonna tell you what causes it, and I'm gonna tell you how you can avoid it, because it's a negative thing, but you got to stick to the end to find all of that out. All right. Mm-hmm. So, Jericho, have you heard of the term doom spending?
I'm gonna guess what it is. It's where you spend so much that you open up your banking app, and then there's just a picture of Dr. Doom laughing at you.
Huh? So doom spending refers to a phenomenon that occurs when people spend money to cope with stress, despite economic and geopolitical concerns.
Bankrate data found more than half of Americans are in debt, and doom spending might be to blame, with 38% saying they'd go into debt for fun.
So obviously we are in a tough time right now. Inflation is through the roof. There's a lot going on in the world, wars in various places. There's a poll that was done that said that 96% of people are concerned about the economy. So that's a whole lot of people, pretty much everybody.
It's understandable.
Yet, with that in mind, 27% are doing this doom spending. So they are just still spending frivolously to a certain extent, and it's affecting different generations. Mm-hmm. So 43% of millennials, they say, are doing this doom spending, and 35% of Gen Z are doing it. And basically the concept is just like, well, it's almost like a defeatist kind of thing, where it's just like, I'm never going to really, all these aspirations that I have financially are never going to happen. So I'm just going to enjoy life.
Calling us the doomer generation. Honestly, I'm cool with it, because when I wake up, I get 20 notifications about 30 different reasons why I'll never be able to afford a home. I look around, see my computer science degree all framed up, about to turn into an art piece because of AI. Then we're in a loneliness epidemic, but these gas prices and these heat waves collaborating to keep me indoors. And they say it's not going to get any better. So,
as a millennial yourself, that's the category we fall into. What do you think about this doom spending? Have you had doom spending thoughts? Do you think people are in your life are doom spending, or do they just like things that smell good?
We've been collecting all of the little Harry Potter baby stuff because we're a Harry Potter family. So freaking cute.
Not talking about anyone in particular. I'm just, you know.
No. Side effects include doom spending thoughts, early discharge. No, I understand the concept. I don't know. I'm more curious when that. I feel like that's always been a thing, but that term is.
Yeah.
Sure, give it something that has a ring to it.
It's a shock value of a term.
People that have bought things like a boat because they said, "F it, I'll just buy a boat." Like, sure, the kid can afford a boat, but now they have a boat.
Here with his tailgating tips is a guy who just bought a boat.
It's a weird phenomenon, but it's almost like a temporary solution to a permanent problem. So I'm in debt, and I feel really bad about it, and I really can't get the things that I want, and I don't see myself being able to sustain something long term. YOLO, and then just go buy stuff.
Yeah.
But
even that phrase is I think that's kind of permeated because that's the Gen Z millennial phrase. YOLO, you only live once.
This is a Coca-Cola YOLO, not YOLO. No one has said that in like 8 years. A yo-yo.
I get it, even though it doesn't make sense, because I'm sure I've been in spots where I'm like, well, I could just buy. I do remember telling somebody once, I may or may not have been drunk, but I told somebody once that I either want to eat like the best food or like the worst food. Like I didn't want anything in between. It was something weird like that. So I'm going to take my money, go buy a really nice meal, and then just eat peanut butter sandwiches for the next month and then get the next check and then YOLO.
Ed, can you play YOLO to Jessica?
YOLO, Jessica.
I think some people do because you get the story, you get the high, you get the dopamine, and then you get the taste, of course, of the great thing that you can look forward to.
It's like a little treat, like to like reward myself for like either like some like hard schoolwork or just sometimes it just serves as a distraction from like what's going on like around me.
Whereas the more practical way to approach finances in general isn't glamorous. You're not really doing anything too extreme, right? You're just kind of all level here, and that's not fun. And no one likes that. So they'd rather do the other thing. So it doesn't make any sense if you think about it, but I've been there and I understand why people do it.
Just want to spend money. I just really want to spend so much money.
Well, here's some other causes. There's some that I saw online and some that I just kind of made up. I mean, not made up, but just from my observations, I think this is what causes it. Mm-hmm. So it's 5 different things that I found. One that I think is a part of it is just, at least just speaking as millennials, and I know other generations have gone through different things, but I feel like millennials in particular, because it was just interesting to me to see how their numbers, the millennial numbers are higher than the Gen Z numbers. And maybe it's just, that's because we just have more money to spend. But I think it also might be related just to the life events and life experiences we've had. Mm-hmm. And so I think one of the first times I was like really conscious about money and the future and like life was 9/11, which is something that Gen Z isn't really familiar with. And I remember like stuff like being able to just walk on a plane and you can just carry whatever and
sure
dress however, like, and then all of a sudden things changing and then gas prices going crazy and the housing crash like 2008, 2009, because I got an academic scholarship and that helped out tremendously. Because when I see people talk about student loans, it's like their whole body changes.
Yeah.
And they just like, you can see the desperation in their eyes. It's like, this is never going to end.
Do you have student loan debt?
Yes.
Can I ask you how much student loan debt you have?
Oh, 20K, I think.
A third thing I think is the job instability coupled with rising prices.
Oh,
so,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, obviously inflation has just gone bananas, but again, it's just like back in the day, like the path that they laid out for you, millennials. I don't know if they do the same with Gen Z. I don't know, but everything you see is just like, go to school, get a job, work there for 40, 50 years, retire. Like, yeah.
It just doesn't quite work like that anymore.
Yeah, and then we were just like, yo, either no one was hiring me or like budget cuts, be on a private jet. I don't want to wait until I'm 75 to do it. Just I got the money now. Screw retirement.
Right. That's exactly what happens a lot of times. Yeah.
Yeah. So is that, and then the last one is just financial literacy in general, and just like a long-term perspective. Just more people just living in the moment, and or they just don't know. They still don't know how to handle money, which is just. This is why I want to say this for last, because I was just gonna get on my soapbox. Like, this is literally the easiest time ever in the history of mankind to like learn something, and or make money. Like, it's all out there. It's all out there on the internet.
Right. Oh my gosh. Y'all gotta chill. Y'all crazy back there. They know what they did.
Not to condemn anybody. I feel like I've definitely done it. There's definitely things where we're like, I can't afford this, but I'm going to buy it anyway. I think that's kind of like the phrase that comes to mind when I think of like doom spending.
Especially if you can pay it off later. I've heard people that have $300,000, $400,000 worth of credit card debt. I don't know how you keep getting approved, but like that's wild to me. Yeah. And then it feels painful. Like, oh, just that idea. And for them, it's like, well, I don't have to pay yet. So
I have $30,000 in credit card debt. When they call, I tell them I can't pay it back yet.
All right. So real quick, just a cool thing of just the time that we live in is that you can automate certain positive behaviors. So you can automate your checking account or whatever so that it takes a certain amount out of every check and puts it into a savings, so that you don't have to physically do that and just kind of feel that anxiousness, I guess, about doing something like that.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
And the last thing, again, hitting home, sorry to get so personal, just finding low-cost things to do. Ladies.
I just really want to spend so much money.
I don't understand the whole, if there's an option for a higher priced version of something and a lower priced version, even if they do the same thing, they want the higher priced one because it's cute.
And I'm gonna make them these little baskets. So I got these little socks to go in her daughter's basket. They're so cute.
I guess. Okay. Gotta live with that. That yes, accurate.
Find some alternatives, man. There's cheap things to do that are as equally as fun.
Yeah, like taking a walk outside.
Yeah.
Every day. Just take a walk. It's good for your health too, so beneficial and free. That's two things.
Two things? Oh, two things appearance. There he is. Well, that's it. Doom spending. Let us know what you think in the comments. Do you doom spend? Tell on yourself. Get up in the comments and just tell on yourself.
They know what they did. They know what they did for sure.
Do you have anything left in your retirement? All right. Let us know. And don't forget to like, share, and hit that subscribe button. That helps us out. And if you doom spend, I don't know.
I think you're doomed. That's what I would say.
There you go. Bye.
They took our jobs. They took our jobs.
I went to high school with Diana Taurasi, who some say is the greatest female player of all time. One of the greatest, right? And she's a year older than me, so I got to high school. It's a place called Don Lugo High School in Chino. And I was coming in as a freshman, just trying to make the team like summer. and she was already like she'd been there for a year, so she's already established. Everyone knew who she was, and I'd heard about her. I'm like,
oh, you tried out for the basketball team?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I played the first year. I played freshman year. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
But the whole thing was, I thought that because she was a girl, that there was no way she was as good as me, right? So I just casually mentioned we should play one-on-one to her. Like, I think maybe it's the only time I ever spoke to her, really. And she's like, yeah, sure. And when I tell you that.
What's up, guys? I'm Zap, and this is Jericho, and we are the 6-time international award-winning pop hip-hop music duo BrandBee Future. We make clean, fun music that everyone can listen to with a sound that is uniquely Californian. And right now, you are tuned into the Life's a Circus podcast, where we talk about things that are funny, interesting, and ridiculous. But before we get started, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you comment, and make sure you share this video with somebody who may have challenged another person or entity, and they got shut down because they weren't ready for what was about to come to them. All right, so Zap, do you have an example of that? I'm glad you asked. Okay, so
talking to the third person already. I see how it.
This is a video that I found on social media. It made me laugh. And it's high school. I don't know if it's junior. It looked kind of young. Maybe it's junior high. Maybe high school. I don't know. But this player challenged his coach. And it didn't go the way he thought it would.
This coach was having a good day teaching his players when one was bold enough to challenge him to a one-on-one, and this happened. Do you think he would try this again?
So yeah.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, coach wasn't messing around. I thought he'd get past him, but I didn't know he was going to break the kid's ankles. That was cold. So I brought this up, and then if you have an instance, you can share it too. But I'm thinking of like the times when either you challenged someone or you saw someone else challenge someone, and they thought they had it, and it just didn't go right at all for them. Because I brought up this video because it reminded me, and I think that's junior high. It looked like junior high, not high school. It reminded me of the same thing that happened in my junior high school. Okay. So my school was a magnet school. I don't know if they have magnet schools out here in California. Okay. Yeah. So we had like people from all over. It wasn't just like people in the neighborhood. And it was a performing arts school. And we didn't have sports. So we didn't have a football team, basketball team, anything like that. So what they did is like people from our school could play sports at like different schools, which is kind of cool now that I think about it. But so we had different players from different schools that went to our school, right? And so I knew like a couple of guys that were just like really good, like insanely. They had handles. I'm talking about basketball. They could shoot. Like they could do everything. I remember this one guy, especially named Ricky, who was just like, he was like the coolest dude, bro. Just, but not like a I'm better than you jock kind of. He was just a cool dude. He walked cool. He talked cool. He was cool with everybody. And he's just amazing basketball player. And we had some other like girls. There was a girl who was like 6 feet tall, and she was just amazing. Like we had amazing players, right? Mm-hmm. And we had these 3 PE coaches. Now they're all different. So there's one guy, Coach Moore. He was super tall, but he was like 100 years old. I swear, this guy. This guy was. like past your prime. But he was skinny, maybe in shape, but like super skinny. But at least 60s, 70s, maybe. Just all gray hair, just like okay. He didn't seem like anybody. And then we had this lady, this white lady who looked like what's the girl from Iowa? Is that it?
The basketball player?
Yeah, the girl who's like really big now.
Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, she kind of looked like an older version of her, and she like just had a baby, like. So they challenged the students. This is junior high school to like a basketball game. It was like the three, and then they probably like roped in two more teachers, and like so it's like this really tall old dude can barely move. This really short dude looked like Sherman Hemsley, and this lady who just had a baby, and like two teachers. I'm just like, we were all like, okay, students are gonna whoop, we're gonna kill these people. Like, get an ambulance ready, and just, man.
I'm guessing the opposite of what you expected to happen happened.
When I tell you they tore us up, they just annihilated us, dude. So like the short dude and the lady, they were like faster than what we all believed we ever seen them move. I mean, the dude was just like Chris Paul out there, just. Nice. And then the old guy, he would just stand on the 3-point line and just blitz you, just Ray Allen, just. And it was just like we got annihilated. So that video just reminded me of that experience. But I don't know if you had any experiences like that where you saw something happen, or maybe you tried something and it just
not so much publicly, but if it had been the social media era, then maybe that would have been, on all the reels and whatever. But I brought this up in one podcast before, but I went to high school with Diana Taurasi, who some say is the greatest female player of all time. One of the greatest, right? And she's a year older than me, so I got to high school. It's a place called Don Lugo High School in Chino. And I was coming in as a freshman, just trying to make the team like summer. And she was already she'd been there for a year, so she's already established. Everyone knew who she was. And I'd heard about her. I'm like,
oh, you tried out for the basketball team?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I played the first year. I played freshman year. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
But the whole thing was, I thought that because she was a girl, that there was no way she was as good as me, right? So I just casually mentioned we should play one-on-one to her. Like, I think maybe it's the only time I ever spoke to her, really. And she's like, yeah, sure. And when I tell you that I didn't make we maybe played to 5. And so if it had been like that with like a bunch of people in a circle going, oh my God, then it would have been terrible. But it was just us and maybe like a couple of people watching. And they didn't even pay attention because they're like, they're talking about me. Like, he's about to get destroyed. So I didn't know that she was that good. And it's like, when I tell you, I felt like I was standing in quicksand, how fast she was. And she just would hit me with a pump fake and then just go around me. And I'm looking like, this is crazy. I've never played against anyone this good. And then she hit like a fall away, like Steph Curry, 30-footer just because she could. And I was like, that's not fair. And I didn't know that. Anyway, that was kind of humbling. But there weren't many witnesses. So it wasn't like that video. But yeah, nowadays it would have been one of those oh my God, but I mean, she's amazing. So I'm not surprising. And I think the only other thing I can think of like that is, and it's more specific like that. Someone older, I could take them, right? Is one time I decided it'd be a great idea to arm wrestle my mother. Now I was maybe 9, 10. So I was getting a little buff. I felt the muscles coming. I was like, yo, guess what, Mom? It's time. It's my time now. I'm on the come up. And I don't think I've had a more humbling experience in my life than that. Than my mom, who's not a big lady, but she's pretty strong. I saw that today. Arian, she's strong. And when I tell you that, I thought my arm was snapped in half, man. She didn't say, "Oh, my son," I mean, she just, God, and that was it, right on the counter, right on. And I just walked away in shame. That was it. So that's probably the two experiences I've had like that. I've seen videos like that, and I've probably been a witness to some, but I can't think of any off the top of my head. But it's always like, yeah, you get some kind of a boldness in you, like, you know what, it's time to go for it. And if it works out, good for you. But more often than not, it ends up like that.
Yeah. The last thing that just reminded me of is I don't know if you ever like were in fights or anything in school, but I was very quiet and very like unassuming, but I was also a very large person. Like I've always been a very large person. So like no one is like tried to fight me. I won't say that. There's been a couple of people who tried and it did not end well for them. So it's like even if I didn't know how to fight, I'm just too big.
Yeah.
And I remember there's like this one guy who was like messing with me in school or something. And I told him to stop. He wouldn't stop. And then he like, we were in class, and then I think there was like maybe 3-4 rows of desk. So he was behind me. So I think he like pushed me or something. When I finally decided to push him, like he pushed me, and it was just like, okay, bro. When I finally pushed him back,
I feel like he got laid out. That's what I feel
this
like.
dude went flying like 4 rows back. It was like everybody was just shocked. It was just like I did like some kind of Naruto like whoosh on this dude because he went flying. And yeah, that was the end of that for sure. But yeah, so I've seen it go both ways. So if you have a story like that, something that happened in your lifetime where you saw somebody try to do something and didn't work out, or you tried to do something and it didn't work out, let us know in the comments, and so we can all have a laugh.
Sharing laughter.
Yeah. Don't worry, you'll be okay sharing it because it'll just be between us.
Yeah.
It won't go to your boss or anything.
No.
Yeah. You'll be okay at work because we want you to keep your job.
We do.
We want you to keep your job.
Yes, we do.
Because if you do something like this, try something at your job and it doesn't work out.
Challenge the boss. Don't do it. I wouldn't recommend.
They might take it. They might take your job. Oh, it didn't work out for you. You're fired. Oh.
They took our jobs. They took our jobs.
Check it out. I do remember how I got rid of her. Do you want to take a guess?
You staged an affair.
I did not do that.
You took a really bad poop and just left it there.
She.
Why is there a pause? There's a pause.
Moving in with the lady or letting her move in with you, because they always say it that way. I'm moving in with my girl, but no, sometimes it's the other way around. Sometimes the woman moves in with the guy. Is it a good idea? Is it not? I want to ask you first because I have a story. But have you ever done this? Have you ever, for whatever reason, decided to cohabitate with me?
Oh, cohabitate sounds dirty.
It does.
Your confusion is not rational. She's a healthy female of breeding age.
I have not, because I'm a good Christian boy. But
gotcha.
I have thought of scenarios. So this is the thing.
Hey, y'all, come look at this.
I'm really on the fence about this because like I joked about, like being from a church upbringing, it's like that's a no-no. Like you shouldn't do that.
Sure.
And it's just like, okay. That sounds pure.
It sounds quite pure, yes.
But then also, like as I've gotten older and I've had roommates and stuff like that, man, you find out so much more. You want to get to know a person, like live with them, and it's just like, wow, that I didn't know that you did that, or I didn't know that you ate that, or I didn't know that you smelled that way on Tuesdays.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
There was a person at church, and she met this guy, and they were just head over heels in love, all that stuff, right? And then, but they'd never like really been alone together, stuff like that. So they were like super separated. And they got married, and it lasted like a month because they were finally living with each other, and they were just like, it's like, he's like, man, this is weird for me. Is it weird for you? It's like, yeah. It's like, should we be married? It's like, nah, I don't know. And it was just like weird because they didn't have that, whatever that was. I don't know the details of their relationship.
Sure.
But moving in together just made it way different.
It changes the dynamic. It changes.
Yeah. I said all that to say, I really, at this point, I really don't know. Because, yeah.
There's an interesting
episode. I also forgot what the question was in the middle of all of that.
Just if you ever moved in with a lady or had her move in with you.
Oh, then no. Next.
I see.
You serious?
Well, Rich Cooper, he's a good YouTuber, and he had an episode about it. He's taking questions and kind of compiling people's reasons for doing it. And a lot of them were either financial or kind of convenience based. So, hey, rent would be cheaper for 2 people, wouldn't it? Oh boy, let's do it. Or, hey, you live so far away. How about you just stay here so you never have to go home? I've heard that line specifically on TV shows. It's so cliche, right? But I one time let a girlfriend move in with me, and having done that, I'm
So
here to tell you,
oh my God,
to never do that ever in life. I don't know how big you can put the word never, ever, ever in life in big letters. Never do this. Never do this. And also, by the way, never do it.
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.
It's started good for like a day because, oh, my girlfriend's here all the time. How wonderful. And then right away, there's this thing. I don't want to generalize, but I think I don't want to generalize.
Okay, I have a thought, but I want to see if you're going where I think you're going.
So I don't want to generalize. Okay.
I don't like where this is going.
All women do this thing where they kind of like judge everything you do, sometimes to you, but when they're observing you, they're not just thinking nothing. They're literally making calculated things about you that they may or may not ask you about. Why is it that when you walk in the room, you look around before you sit down? What kind of question is that? Like, but like, it's always the little things.
What is he doing?
He's beginning to believe.
All these things you never think of when you're by yourself. And it's like, okay, I guess let's talk about it since that's what you want to talk about. But I think for me, when that started, it's like being watched. I never felt like I was just existing. I was being monitored. And for better or for worse, and things that they then bring up 2 months down the road about something that I did without thinking about it. Because here's the thing, ladies, for ladies who are watching, and I think this is honestly true, I don't think women are capable of not thinking. There's always a thought going through their head. And men are very capable of not thinking. I have precious family members, aunts of mine who I love very dearly, who would ask me, Penny, for your thoughts. So like, dude, I don't have a thought in my head at all. I'm literally like, I'm not even aware that I'm breathing. And I think, and so that means that there aren't as many things that we consider important. So why do you look at me that way? I didn't think about looking at you away, so I don't have an answer for you. Why don't you have an answer for me? Is it because you don't like me? All of these things, you said it one way. I had to start analyzing every little thing that I said and did, and that alone drove me crazy.
Are you kidding? That's unfair. She made those. I need to calm down.
Patrice O'Neal, R.I.P., has a great quote. I say it all the time. He said that men like to be alone, but they don't want to be by themselves. And I was like, yeah, I get that 100%. Because like, I just want you somewhere around that I know, but don't be just here doing this like surveillance thing on me 24/7. Just kind of go do your own thing and let it be okay that when you're not around, even if we're in the same dwelling, I'm not thinking about you because I'm thinking about something else. And they are knitting me socks out of their own hair because they miss me when I'm not around. And I'm like, that's a bit extreme. I'll be honest, it's not necessary. I think he also said like women just love so much. It's too much. And maybe that's just the difference between men and women. But I was like, okay, so I didn't like that. Then, but wait, there's more. Things had to coordinate. So, hey,
there's a list of things.
He's going to bed. It's 10 o'clock. You know me, bro. I wake up at 10 o'clock. Like it's like 10 p.m. Like it's okay, time to get the day started. And she's like, hey, we should go to bed. How about that? How about this? How about you go and I'll come find you several hours down the road? But that created this kind of tension. Why don't you want to blah, blah, blah? We should do more things together. So I have more things. I don't want to get extensive with it, but it's just that for me, it wasn't a favorable experience. And if I ever get married, which I'd like to do, I recognize that's going to be part of the situation when I'm with someone. So I don't want to rush into that. I don't. And I have no problem saying, I've had other girlfriends like, we should move in together. I'm like, absolutely not. That's not even a thing, bro. But we can say that I don't care what the reason is. I'm not going to do it.
Nope.
I think that's some people's experience. And then a lot of times, like you mentioned, relationships change. Everything changes. We should combine. The same person that wanted to move in also wanted to combine our finances. So it's like, we've been dating for 3 months, bro.
That's
like,
definitely no way.
Come on. And then I think a part of the dating thing, it is nice to say, hey, what if I stay over your place tonight? That's kind of sexy, right? But if your place is my place, we're just at home. We're like, middle-aged and bored. It's kind of not as exciting.
Nothing new, nothing changed, same old shit.
I can't forget when I was out with a friend and I kept getting calls about when I was going to be home. And I don't know why, but I definitely stayed out extra long because I didn't want to go home anymore. And it's like, that's so lame. So I need my space. And I would just tell anyone who's ever thought about it to reconsider.
A public service announcement.
Well, because there's an episode of Steve Harvey who's like taking questions from the audience, and this one lovely lady is saying, hey, I'm thinking of moving in with my boyfriend. I think she talked like that. I'm thinking of moving in with my boyfriend. And every woman is like, no, don't do it. Don't do it. Because even they recognize that it's not the most advantageous situation.
That's a great answer. That's good.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like, okay, so you're saying don't do it, but if you wait until you're married and then you see all of this stuff now, then it's just like, oh.
Well, yeah, but marriage is supposed to be like, well, this is what you got. Deal with it. That's what it's supposed to be, right? Supposed to?
I mean, that's a pretty way to paint it, but I mean,
it's not pretty, I know. Maybe, here's the thing. Have you thought about this? Gen Z and everybody? Just ask more questions. Just ask a lot more questions. I want to know about, so what's your like morning routine like? What do you do in the morning? Like if someone just like, just something kind of innocent, they snore. It's great to know that they snore before you move in with them. It's good to know. Do you snore? Question. So, I don't think so. What do your roommates think about that? You know what I mean? Do some investigating, do some digging, ask their mom, ask their family.
The way that you treat me. We've talked about it. Let me speak!
Yeah, that's actually good advice. I thought you were going to go the route of like them taking over your space. Like you walk into the bathroom and then now you can't see your sink because there's curling irons and eyelashes and hairspray and all kind of stuff, and you don't know where anything is anymore.
That actually didn't happen, which is interesting. I don't think she had a lot of stuff like that. She wasn't as into that. Maybe it was just kind of a rarity, but yeah, she didn't have a whole lot of products and things. I could see that happening too. And if that had happened, this was like in my 20s, I totally would have let it happen. And she would have walked all over me and put Frou bunnies on all my brushes and everything. Yeah.
Come home and everything is pink.
A surprise.
It's like, oh, I did some redecorating. Hope you like it. If you don't, it doesn't matter because I live here now. Yay.
Exactly.
Hi.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember how I got rid of her. Oh, check it out. I do remember how I got rid of her. Do you want to take a guess?
You staged an affair.
I did not do that.
You took a really bad poop and just left it there.
She.
Why is there a pause? There's a pause.
To her credit, I was out of town one weekend, and then our whole apartment flooded, like all the bad stuff coming out from the toilet and everything, like one of those. Yeah,
brother.
And she actually handled it, like called the right people and blah blah blah, and actually, like literally, by the time I got home, I didn't know anything had happened.
Wow.
So she was good for something, I guess. Like,
oh, thank you.
But anyways, no, dude, I swear to you, I couldn't talk to her. I couldn't bring myself to do anything like, hey, you need to get out of here. I swear to you, dude, I just moved. I literally just left the place that we lived in, and I said, hey, I gotta go. Can you take care of this rent? Because I have to move. And I didn't tell her where I was moving to. And I did it. I've never moved, bruh. I've never moved that fast in my life. I was like, I have 3 hours. I have to get everything on a van and get out of here. And I did it. I called all my friends and I said, guess what we're doing? We're helping me move so I can get away from her. And they all knew the plan and they all helped me. And I'm still friends to some of them to this day. Thank you very much. I moved. I could not do anything else. So this has been another great episode of the Life Circus podcast. Make sure to I know, yeah, maybe. Make sure to like, make sure to comment if this ever happened to you, if you've ever had experiences living with a woman, and also share this with anybody that is thinking about it, because
thinking about moving and just leaving your girl there.
Thinking about moving in and just leaving your girl there. That's exactly who you should share this with.
Oh my God.
We'll catch you on the next episode. Peace. I didn't think about looking at you away, so I don't have an answer for you. Why don't you have an answer for me? Is it because you don't like me? All of these things, that was their whole identity.
Yeah, you're right.
And we trusted them. Not anymore. Not anymore. To be competitive, they have taken that away. So now, just like all the rest of them dogs, them backstabbers, and malcreants. I don't think that's a word even.
Malcreants?
I'm just mad about it.
That's a word?
I don't think it is. What's going on, everybody? I'm Jericho, and this is Zap, and you are now tuned into the Life of Circus podcast, where we talk about things that are funny, interesting, and ridiculous. And you want to pay attention to this episode because it just hit the fan. Something went down that's just crazy. We were betrayed. All of us were betrayed. We were betrayed by someone we trusted, by someone we loved, by someone we confided in. And I can't believe this happened. It just happened. When did it happen? Yesterday. So, you know what I'm talking about. But first, this is already enough suspense, I think. But before we get into that, the betrayal of the century, make sure to subscribe so you get notifications about new episodes. Make sure to give us a like so that the YouTube algorithm can favor us. And we're not monetized, and we do have membership options for as low as $3.99. You can be part of the BFFs, and you can get a lot of really cool behind the scenes content and just some cool perks. So check that out. Check out the Band of Future membership option. It'd be great for you. Now back to the betrayal. So, brother, it just happened. I can't believe it. We were all let down by our best friend. And by our best friend, for people who like to travel, our best friend has been for a long time Southwest Airlines. Because Southwest Airlines refused to follow the mask.
Why did you
refused to denigrate itself when others decided to stab us in the back.
Southwest Airlines.
Southwest Airlines was our ally in times of need. If I needed to get to San Diego, it said, no problem, $29. Put it on the counter, cash, and you will get there. And guess what? We ain't gonna charge you for that bag you got neither. That's what they said.
That's
That's
shameful.
what they said. Until yesterday.
Oh,
That
what
is the bag that
happened?
betrayed us, and now you have to pay for checking bags on Southwest Airlines. I can't believe this day. I can't believe
outraged.
I just read about this. I just read about this. Boycott, riots in the streets, protests, signs, wonders.
Signs and wonders.
I'm mad about this, bro. I can't believe it. They were my best friend. I was so ready for it.
Signs and wonders.
Look, their motto was bags fly free. That was their whole identity.
Yeah, you're right.
And we trusted them. Not anymore. Not anymore. To be competitive, they have taken that away. So now they're just like all the rest of them dogs, them backstabbers, and malcreants. I don't think that's a word even.
Malcreants?
I'm just mad about it.
That's a word?
I don't think it is. I'm so mad about this. It's like your grandma saying that I'm charging you rent if you want to hug me. I can't believe it. Like, it's just such betrayal. Judas. Who betrayed Caesar? That guy.
Brutus.
Brutus.
Brutus. Yeah.
Oh yeah, A2 Brute. Yeah, Brutus, right?
Yeah.
Is it coincidence that Brutus and Judas rhyme? I don't think so. And now Brutus, Judas, Southwest. Yeah.
Southwest. You're on one today.
I can't believe it, man. Anyway, how do you feel about this news before I get into some?
Oh man, as I wipe the tears away from my eyes.
I was mad.
Wow.
About it,
you said you were upset, but good Lord.
I just can't believe it. That's all. That was the last one. That was the last beacon of hope, and now it's just nanobots.
Jesus upset too? Yeah, I heard about that. I feel like I heard about it coming, and then I didn't know like yesterday was the day where they were like,
yeah,
oh, dang man,
yeah, yesterday.
So I should answer your question, but so did people just pull up and be like, hey, I'm got my free bag, and they were like, nope.
For flights booked on or after May 28th. Hey, guess what day this is? Checking the first bag will cost $35 to $45. Oh, 35 for the first one, 45 for the second one.
Good Lord, that's a lot of money.
You know what? This gives me $1.25 tree vibes.
Okay. Well, I never.
Yeah.
I didn't believe in them as much as I believed in South. Now, something that I don't remember because I didn't fly as much back in the day, but baggage fees have only been around since 2008. I didn't know that. So, and the first one to do it, American, of course, America's gonna. Anyway, I'm not gonna say anything. But basically, yeah, oil prices went up, and then they're like, well, let's probably do it, and then everyone joined in. JetBlue joined in, and Delta and United. But Southwest was true to the cause of the people, and now they say it's just basically to be. Is there? I think there's a statement. It's just the generic
because we're not making enough money. I think that's pretty much the statement.
Helps us remain competitive. And it's like I thought they were making it sounds more like my accountant made me do it or something nonsensical. And then the logic is it weighs more if you put your bags on, so that's more fuel and blah blah blah. And so economy and blah blah blah.
Blah 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 blah.
How much money do you think airlines make annually?
I was just about to say that because even the episode I did with the seats, it's like from what I hear, their profit margins are thin. Like they don't really make enough to cover a whole lot more than their costs. But I can't even make. I don't have no idea how much they make annually.
Well, it starts with a 7.
7. So each airline or just airlines as a collective?
Airlines from what airlines All airlines.
So 7 billion
Yeah, man.
a year
For baggage fees.
Oh, just in baggage fees.
Yes.
Wow. It's like McDonald's or something where they don't make any money on the hamburger. They make all the money on the fries and the cookies and the
right.
drinks. Yeah.
Stuff.
So it's just like, I remember something. I can't remember exactly what it was, but they really made their money on the fees.
You will
the
be
ticket. Well, say it again.
Or you will be exempt if you are a member of the A-list tier, the Rapids Reward Loyalty Program, or if you have a Southwest credit card.
Which means you spent more than baggage fees anyway. So
exactly.
I'm on to you, Southwest.
You're not fooling no one.
What is happening? They still collected, because they basically let you do your first 2 bags free, and then the third one they charged for. And they still got $83 million a year off of that.
Wow.
And the thing is, the prices go up because they're kind of like, okay, the more baggage that you put on, the more it costs us, so the more we're going to charge you. So they would charge for that third bag $150.
Dang.
And if it was a little overweight, it was $200.
Good Lord, that's a lot of them. That costs more than my house.
There is good news.
Good news.
Kind of. Depending on your flight, like where you're going to, how long it's going to take, and how heavy your bag is, sometimes it's cheaper to send your bags through like FedEx or UPS. Sometimes it really just depends, but some people do that, and then they have
crazy.
I know, but it's like that's what it's come to, and they have little ports down there at the airport, so you can pick up your thing, and it'll be for sure. UPS and FedEx are more reliable than than airlines. Oh my god. I don't know, man. Sign of the times, that could be the excuse, but
whack.
I'm just gonna leave it at that. Let us know in the comments, man. How you feel about this betrayal that's happened to us all? And what can we do about it? Can we revolt? Can we just I don't know what we could do. But it's a little bit frustrating. But Southwest, just write to your congressman. I don't know. Is that what congressmen do? They don't want this anymore. Heck no, we won't go, or whatever. Make little flyers and stump around the Southwest. They still had snacks, I think, on Southwest too that were free. I think they still have that, which I appreciate.
For now.
Well, oh man. Anyways, this has been a great episode. Share it with some people that are feeling the pain that I'm feeling. I'm gonna have a drink to the memory of free baggage.
They took our jobs. They took our jobs.
I sense a faint bit of skepticism in your voice, Jericho. We haven't even
skeptical. Is like, is there anything that he's made that has been helpful or that I would know about?
We haven't even gone into his claims and what he's talking about, man.
He's saying he's the second coming of George Washington Carver. Is that what you're saying? Are you telling this man, him? It's hard out here for a pimp. Him? Okay, sure.
What's up, everybody? I'm Zap, and this is Jericho, and we are the now 6-time international award-winning pop hip-hop music duo Band of Future. We do clean, fun music that everyone can listen to with a sound that's uniquely Californian. And right now, you're tuned into the Life's a Circus podcast, where we talk about everything that's funny, interesting, and ridiculous. Before we jump into today's episode, though, do us a huge favor. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and share this video with somebody that you got beef with, somebody you don't like, maybe somebody that's all up in your grill and making you feel a type of way about the day. Oh, bars. Okay, so look,
somebody that put a hitch in your giddy up. Is that a phrase people say still?
Yeah, sure, man. Yeah, you got it. So
I don't think I got it.
I've been waiting to talk about this. All right. So the big thing on the internet has been Kendrick Lamar versus Drake. By the way, I think it's fake. Okay. Just because I've been doing this too long. I'm doing music too long. I've been doing Hollywood too long. I've been doing marketing too long. There's all of a sudden this big beef, and oh wow, millions of streams are happening. Wow, what a coincidence. Anyway, I digress.
Mm-hmm.
What if I told you, Jericho, that the Kendrick Lamar Drake is not the biggest beef on the internet?
I would believe you.
Let me rephrase the question. What
Okay, go for it.
You are probably right. What if I told you that there was there was a better beef that I don't think has ever happened before?
Better beef. Sounds like an Arby's commercial. Okay. I'd be curious to know what that would be then. Hopefully it's between... Never mind. Okay, go for it.
Okay. Let me before I'm gonna get to it. One last thing. Jericho. And this just straight up answer.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You don't have to add anything or make it complicated.
Okay.
Jericho. What is 1 times 1?
It's 1.
Do what?
It's 1.
No, it's 2, son. It's 2. All right. 1 times 1 is 2. According to Terrence Howard. That's right. Terrence Howard is rewriting.
I know what you're talking about. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard. All right. He went on for a long time about this. He thought about this. What was his explanation? Like you can't time something by something to get the same something, right? That was his argument.
1 is 2, son. I'm gonna make a shirt. 1 times 1 is 2. Team Terrence, what's up?
I don't think he's had work in a while, man. He's just trying to be relevant. Like seriously, that's crazy. But go for it. I mean, I guess math needs innovation. Let's just start that. Birds aren't real, and 1 times 1 is 2. Whatever. What revelatory information do you have about this gentleman and his theory?
So for people who don't know, Terrence Howard recently went on the Joe Rogan podcast, which I guess I kind of realized, but I kind of didn't, that his thing goes for like 2 and 3 hours.
Yeah.
Like we talked for 15 minutes and it's hard, man. It's hard.
They have a lot to talk about. And then of course the people that has on there usually have had a lot of things they've done, so there's a lot to explore.
Yeah. And I only, when I watch it, I only see clips of it that people made. So I'm thinking, oh, that was the podcast, and it just, then I see the whole thing and it's like 3 hours. I'm like, who
watches the whole thing?
Yeah,
watch a 3-hour podcast, but
that's intense.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, Terrence Howard went on there, and it gave me Cat Williams vibes, like that level of like, well, this just came out of left field. It's just like shocking. But he was talking about things, complex theories, scientific thoughts, things about the nature and universe, matter and energy, mathematics, and just like all this stuff that has nothing to do with acting. And there was a lot of, I definitely didn't watch the whole thing, so don't use this as a video to like sum up everything. But I didn't know that he was even into all this stuff. So
smart guy.
Yeah, but I mean, there's smart, and then there's like talking about the theory of relativity smart. Like that's just
he's like Jaylen Brown smart.
Rewriting mathematical equations, and I'm just like, all right, cool.
We got to have a couple black geniuses, him and Jaylen Brown and Kanye. Well,
anyway, hashtag too soon. So Howard holds 97 patents. Do you know that?
No, that sounds like something that he would tell people at a party.
I sense a a faint bit of skepticism in your voice, Jericho. We haven't even
skeptical. Is just like, is there anything that he's made that has been helpful or that I would know about?
we haven't even gone into his claims and what he's talking about, man.
He's saying he's the second coming of George Washington Carver. Is that what you're saying? Like telling this man, him. It's hard out here for a pimp. Him. Okay, sure.
97.
I didn't know that about him. That's cool. It's
97
expensive to patent things.
It is. So
Yeah.
I guess that acting money helped out.
I don't know.
But he believes many of these patents will, of course, change the world. Some of his notable patents include advanced designs in metallurgy, I think I'm saying that right, chemical engineering, and innovations in flight technology. So at the very least, the man is doing things.
Yeah, sounds like it.
So, but what really shook up the internet was some of his claims.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're just going to go through a few of them that this is kind of tough to talk about because he's talking about things that are beyond most people's comprehension.
Sure.
And so there's a lot of things that he said or a lot of words, even words that he used that are just not in common vocabulary. But I tried to pull together some synopses and just kind of put it in more lay terms, I guess.
Okay.
Some of them are just straight up. You can just tell, like,
let's see what Mr. Hustle and Flow's got.
I don't know if you saw this part of the podcast, but his first claim is that prenatal memories are real, which most people don't think are, but he debates it, and some other people have debated it. But he said he remembers being inside of his mother's womb. Don't make me laugh. He described detailed memories, such as seeing his hand in utero, and he said he remembers being circumcised as well.
I feel like that there's some truth to that, and without having ever studied it, just because it's one of the questions I ask a lot of people when I meet them and I want to break the ice. I ask people what their first memory is. It's just a curious thing because it feels like literally at some point our brain just started hit record. Like this is hitting record. It's all of a sudden like we were playing and nothing is, and all of a sudden something happens and boop, and now it's on, right? So for some people, it's a lot further back than one would think. I don't think I've ever spoken to anybody that said like in utero, but super young breastfeeding, like they remember stuff like that. They remember this. So I don't know if with the 8 billion of us that there are, if some of us aren't capable of remembering that kind of stuff. I guess my question is like, okay, so then what does that mean? Is there something that leads to? Because that's what will interest me. If that means, that means we can turn on the access point of the brain. If it's just something to talk about, then I'm like, okay, that's cool, I suppose.
Well, I don't think any of his stuff is just stuff to talk about. I think from the overall thing that I got, and then we go into more of his claims, but it's just what I thought was interesting was just the way he sees the world, especially as a creative. It's just a different. It's challenging what has always been like the norm, and just different ways of looking at things.
That's cool.
So at least on that one, you were kind of like, that's not too far-fetched.
Not too far-fetched.
Okay. The next one is it might be a little bit beyond me, but again, I still kind of understand and relate. But his next claim is that the universe is built on waves and not particles. He says the fundamental building blocks of reality are not particles, but waves. He says this perspective aligns with some interpretations of quantum physics, and his fascination seems likely to stem from the works of physicists like Niels Bohr and Erwin Schrödinger, something like that.
Sure.
So again, like he's not alone in this. He might be a minority, but people who deal with quantum physics feel like this could be true.
I was going to mention that there's something I've read about. It's almost like there's things that I acknowledge that are interesting to me that I wish I had like the mental capacity to process, because I don't think it's a bit above me. But I have read something about like this wave particle experiment where it proves the importance or the impact that watching something. It's a particle experiment. They shoot some kind of electron waves at a target, and depending on whether they record it or not with like a camera, the result is different. Now, how do they know that it's different if they didn't record it? I don't know what they're talking about, but it makes it seem like objectivity has an impact on the way the universe works in general. So I'm looking at you, one thing can happen, or I guess that means that if I'm not looking at something, it could be doing something different than if I was looking at it, which again, what's the point? But that idea is like, I don't really get it. I don't really get it, but I'm like, that's an interesting idea. So waves and particles, would that make the universe? Again, my question would be cool. I'd honestly want to talk to him about it. Maybe just, stare at him while he talks. But what does that do for how we understand the world if that is true? If waves instead of particles are what created?
Yeah, I feel like I feel like that's a bit beyond me. But I feel like, I mean, it sounds like you're trying to get some practical use out of it. But it's just like, okay, the things that we know about gravity and aerodynamics and stuff like that, by learning that stuff, we can fly planes and helicopters and stuff.
Sure, yeah.
And so there's some kind of use, I think, in saying it's waves and not particles. I don't fully know how to interpret all of this stuff and to make it like, oh, okay, we can do this now. But I'm sure like that's a kind of genius level,
sure, right,
kind of thing. Once you know it and then can do something with it.
Right. If it means I can surf to Mars, I'm down, bro. That'd be so sick.
Yeah, they'll just hit your knees with waves and not particles, and that'll heal them.
I'm down for that also. Does anyone out there have answers for knees? Your boy's going through it right now, so yeah, let us know.
To continue on this is probably it's probably the last one that just I kind of still didn't. It's too far above me.
Mm-hmm.
He said gravity is fake. So he said that there's an inward and outward force that shapes planets without relying on things like gravity and dark matter and dark energy. Which this one is kind of big because he challenges Newton and Einstein, like as far as gravity being a fundamental force. And I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. I know I know what you're doing. It's fake. Fake news. Fake news. That did not fall. Okay, people. Okay. That did not fall. That was fake news. Gravity is fake. Okay. All right.
I'm not going to do it again. I wouldn't even know where to start with that. That is an interesting idea. If there's another force that's not gravity, then what is that? What is that inward force? Because to me, that inward force is what's called gravity. Is it not?
I don't know, man.
Okay.
I don't know, but I really want to understand. I really want to, because there's stuff, even like the 1 times 1 thing, like I don't know how I feel about it, but I can at least understand why he would say that. Once we get to that one, but the gravity is fake thing, it's just like over my head, I think.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't even.
But when he talks about an inward and outward force, for any anime nerds watching this, I thought about Pain in Naruto, and he has like that universal push and universal pull.
Yeah.
And
I like gravity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe the answers are in Naruto. Maybe they believe the same thing. I don't know, man. This is just, I just find it funny, obviously.
Yeah. Sure. It's interesting. I wouldn't know where to begin with that.
Just someone coming out of nowhere and just challenging everything and everyone like we've ever known. It's like you all are wrong. Gravity isn't real.
I mean, it helps me that I only think about him as the Hustle and Flow character.
Yeah, that adds another layer.
He's stuck in that role to me, so he can say all he wants, but he's saying this. I only saw a portion of that podcast, so I know what he talks like. To me, he's still talking like that character on the podcast. So.
Yeah, he definitely has that like typecast, or like his role in Avengers was like, was it War Machine?
I forgot he was in that.
Yeah, he was like the first War Machine. It's like War Machine said there's no gravity.
For the record, I prefer Don Cheadle. Just saying.
I thought they were both good.
Oh, okay, well, I don't remember Terrence, but okay.
Next one is that straight again, along with gravity not being real, also straight lines are not real, Jericho. And this is the one I kind of understand. All right, so this is his explanation. He said, when you view something from the correct perspective, or you view a straight line from the correct perspective, you'll see that it's not straight. So he gave an example that if you put like you draw a straight line, perfectly straight, at least to our human eyes, but if you put it under a microscope, you'll see all the tiny like inflections that don't make it look straight anymore. So basically, these are all conceptual things. He's basically trying to get us to rethink geometrical concepts. Again, why I don't know how that applies.
That I would say. How does that help us? Terrence, how does this help us specifically? I don't think it does. Look straight to me. It works for me. I'm gonna accept. I'm gonna take into consideration two of his ideas, and then for me, gravity and straight lines are pretty much going hand in hand. I will go find a straight line and drop it to celebrate my acceptance of straight lines and gravity.
So we're 2 and 2.
Yeah.
So you can kind of see where he's coming from with the prenatal.
I like the idea of not him trying to be controversial, just saying, hey, think about stuff. We are told things from an early age, and most people, for everything they've been told, that's just how it is. And any idea that something might be different can be scary. It's like, oh, it's the truth. What is? But so I appreciate his effort. But
that's what I got out of it. All right, so we're 2 and 2, which is perfect because we're coming to the last one I have here, and that is that multiplication is a lie.
But I mean, does he say it exactly like that?
No, but that's just funny to say. Anyway, he said that one time. This is the number. He said that one time. One is 2.
Okay.
So he said this is why, because if you combine two unique things, all right, you can't end up with the same thing. Which I hear where he's coming from. You got one, like, because I remember like algebra, like you're always trying to solve for x, and you basically you got this side of the equation, you try to balance it out. So if you have 2 1s on this side, like how are you going to have a 1 on this side and it still be the same thing? So like I still don't know if I agree with it, but I totally understand what he's trying to say.
I don't appreciate that one. And I'll try to be. I haven't taken math class in 2 decades, but I'll try to explain. He said 2 unique. If you combine 2 unique things, to me, I'm like combining in my simple brain an object. This is a guitar pick with a concept, which is a number of these that I'm thinking about. Right. So if I have one of these, this is my object, and I take a number that represents how many of these I could have. If I go times 2, I will then have 2 of these, right? Hey, look what happened. Now I have 2. If I take this one object and then I multiply it by a concept that is singular, nothing changes. Because here's the other thing. I think I can bring a narrow to this also. I want to figure it out because usually there's like, or this might be Avatar. It's like, okay, there's like good or bad. So something has to be one or the other, positive or negative. And then there's a guru. Yeah, the guru on the mountain that made him drink the banana onion juice. He said there's also a neutral. That's the third option, and people forget about that. So yeah, does this have to change if I multiply it? No. It could go bigger, it could go smaller, or it could stay the same. And the stay the same is the times 1. So that is my argument, Mr. Howard. I had like one of those chalkboards on the back I could draw on with all the numbers and everything. Yeah.
The hot to crazy chart. You remember that one guy?
Oh, nice. I appreciate that, man. So I don't agree with that at all.
National treasure. I don't think I do, but I want it to be a thing.
I got you.
That's deep down. I want 1 times 1 to be 2.
If enough people talk about it, it'll become something.
Yeah,
if enough people talk about it, it'll become something. I really don't think that it's important. Again, it's just like what? Look, they're ready to change math with that Common Core stuff.
Oh yeah.
Everyone's all messed up, but the kids nowadays are gonna be just so stupid. All the math is wrong. And so now they're gonna throw this in there. Like, by the way, 1 times 1 is 1 or 2. And then what? Because another thing. So if that becomes true, that's just hypothesize. Then wouldn't that change everything? Because you can't just change one thing without changing other things. If there's the fundamental concept that 1 times 1 was 1 and now 1 times 1 is 2, doesn't that somehow affect everything else?
I think so, but I'm not sure.
I don't want to really think about it. I just want to. I want someone else to figure it out and tell me on the internet. Not just ask ChatGPT, but no. Yeah. 1 times 1 is 1. Since forever and ever and always, one thing can stay one thing. I am 1 times 1. I should make that my counter. Make a shirt. I am 1 times 1, and I just stand boldly, holding a flag and like a bowl of rice pudding.
Oh, wow.
I don't know why the second thing.
All right, so that's 2 and 3.
2 and 3.
All right, so we might end up with a tie here because this is a bonus one.
Okay.
And this is probably of all these things, this is the coolest thing. At least one of the coolest things I think he said.
Okay.
Was just like kind of opened my mind a little bit. And he said that the periodic table is structured incorrectly. I mean, again, how is this useful? I don't know, but I thought the visual was very cool.
Okay.
And I should have tested this before I started, but
take chances. It's real life. Just take chances.
Let's see what happens. Okay. So check this out. This is the periodic table of elements. So basically, he said he learned the periodic table, but he saw it in a different way. He saw it in circles.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought it was super interesting because it's kind of hard to explain. He breaks it into octaves, which we can relate to as musicians. So you start with like one element, and it goes through the list of elements until it gets to another octave. And every element in these octaves, they follow a similar pattern. Like in the middle here, you start at helium, in the middle would be carbon, and then at the end would be neon. And then all of the beginning and the ends of these octaves, all of these elements relate to each other. They have like something in common, as well as all the elements in the middle of these octaves, which is crazy to think about because it's the same shape as music. And I kind of wish I would have learned the periodic table like this. In music, there's the, at least in Western music, you have like the 7-note, 8-note scale. I mean,
Sure.
you would go back to the primary note, but like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then you start over A. But like key of C, right? Helium would be C, D, E, F. Like where you get to carbon would be like 4th or 5th.
Uh-huh.
And then you go back up, 6th, 7th, 8th would be neon. It's crazy. I don't understand what he's saying, but I understand it from a musical perspective. That all of these elements between helium and carbon are passing tones to where you get to carbon, which is like a perfect 4th, perfect 5th. And then nitrogen, oxygen, these are all passing tones until you get to neon. And all of these elements relate to each other based on their positioning here.
It kind of gives me vibes more of, or the way I'm trying to process my mind is more like the harmonic series.
Yeah.
Only in the sense that stuff's getting like kind of bigger as it goes higher or lower.
Yes, it's the same thing. I mean, it's and that's what he's trying to say. Basically, it's like everything is interconnected. And so he even gave these. This is getting like super nerdy, but every note has a like a measurement to it, basically a measurement of vibration that we measure in hertz. So, the 100 hertz, there's 400 hertz, there's 800 hertz. And so each one of these elements, like he gives a hertz number to it. And he says it's the same thing with colors. These are all they have a color associated, they have a sound associated to it, there's a vibration associated to it. And this is just like a visual representation to see like all this stuff is all the same thing. Mm-hmm. Music, color, light, element, everything around us is these octaves, these spirals, these circles. We just keep going in circles. So where like there's certain notes that go together in music and there's certain notes that don't. And the same thing happens here. There's certain elements, like if it's the 1st and the 5th or the 1st and the 4th, like they go together. But you have like tritones in here, the elements that like don't mix or, like oil and water kind of stuff. That was like pretty crazy to me. Just from a musical standpoint to see like, okay, this guy he just has a different way of looking at stuff, which is kind of cool. Mm-hmm. Now that we've lost everyone on the podcast, let us know what you think. Unless you want to comment on that, Jericho.
I'm 2 and 4. I understand it, and I didn't like it at all. I don't know what to tell you. It's really weird. The second you put it up there, my brain went ugh. So, maybe if it looked, I think it's more of an aesthetic thing. For some reason, the way that looked specifically made me go, I don't like that.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like it at all.
I would have loved this in school because I can like, it was just music, and then I get it. I didn't really like science.
Oh well, I never did. You have to learn the periodic table?
Yeah, we had to memorize it.
I don't think they cared that much in California because I think we kind of glossed over that. I remember we had to learn a couple, but not like the whole thing.
All right. Well, let us know what you think. This has been another episode of the Laugh Circus podcast. Is Terrence Howard crazy or is he a genius? Is it somewhere in the middle? I forgot to talk about the beef. He has a beef with Neil deGrasse Tyson. I didn't bring that up, but it's the thing.
Oh, are they gonna do like a Jake Paul, Mike Tyson thing?
Man, I love it. But I should have brought that up because he basically selling the stuff to Neil deGrasse Tyson, and Neil deGrasse Tyson was like, "No." Basically,
I would trust Neil deGrasse Tyson more than Terrence Howard for sure.
So on the podcast, he said that Tyson attacked him by saying no, but it was probably the most polite diss track that could ever be put out because he just basically even complimented him in his rebuttal of his theories or whatever. But
I'm sure he respects the fact that he's trying. I think that helps.
Yeah. He basically disagreed with everything, but he said like, yeah, this is cool. You have a certain level of whatever. Mm-hmm. It was very complimentary diss. So I don't know where he got the attack part from. But let us know what you think. Is he right? Is he wrong? Is this a cool way of thinking about stuff? Did you know all this stuff about Terrence Howard? 97 patents is crazy. Yeah, leave a comment. And
1 times 1 is me. Imagine. In a shirt.
Yeah, let's just go with that. 1 times 1 is me, or 2, depending on who you are. Bye.
They took our jobs. They took our jobs.
They're thinking about legalizing everything in California, but in the way that Oregon's doing it, in the way that Vancouver's doing it. And you've seen downtown LA. What do you think is going to happen, bro? What's going on, everybody? I'm Jericho, and this is Zap, and we are the now 6-time international award-winning pop hip-hop duo Bandit Future. We make clean, fun music that everyone can listen to with a sound that's uniquely Californian. And right now, in this moment in time, you would tune in to Life of Circus podcast, where we talk about things that are funny, interesting, just straight up ridiculous. So before we get started, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share this video. I'm gonna change it up with two people that like drugs. That's all. We're gonna talk about drugs, okay? Now drugs are bad, okay? But I know we're talking about them.
Sponsors gone.
Specifically, we're talking about the drug problem. You can call it an epidemic, but drugs are
what you talking about, baby?
But it seems to be getting worse. So the specific thing is the way that governments are approaching the drug issue in their country. And there seem to be two very drastic sides, and they both have interesting results. So before we get into it, Sir Zap, San Francisco, have you had any experience or just thoughts about this?
I've had thoughts about drugs.
Have you had thoughts about drugs? Do you dream about them? Drugs are bad, okay? But have you seen the effect of drugs on our society as a whole with your
experience? Yeah, man, I think about drugs every day.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's hard out here in these streets. That brought to mind two things.
Yes.
He's there. He was up there. It's crazy.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah, San Francisco. Wow. Yeah, I had the worst hotel experience of my life in San Francisco. You were there, you remember. And it wasn't because, well, I guess it was because of the hotel. They had a hand in it for sure.
That was not helpful.
But it was the people who were there who were obviously using an assortment, shall I say.
A plethora, perhaps.
Yeah, involved in all kinds of activities and whatnots. But yeah, we definitely saw it there. And I was saying before, this isn't like my crowd, so I don't really know a whole lot about drugs anyway, but you just kind of go from the homeless people because for sure you see them on stuff. I've seen them doing stuff. And so that's how I kind of like get the drug vibe. But going like just off of the hard drugs, one thing I noticed, I don't know if you noticed this either, the legalization of marijuana in California, and probably in other places too, but in California, I definitely noticed the explosion of just like, we can do this everywhere. Let's do it everywhere, especially like on the freeway. Like I can drive down the freeway and just smell like the whole freeway is high, bro. Like,
yeah.
No wonder we're all going 5 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Like everybody is just walking on sunshine right now, and I'm trying to get to work.
I remember one guy, we went up to Sacramento, and one guy in like a Jack in the Box was like he was the happiest man. And I'm like, wow, starting early, 8 in the morning. That's a wake and bake situation right there.
Yeah.
But I don't think that weed causes the problems that we're seeing, just slower people, and
yeah,
maybe they're raising the price of food. Everyone's eating too much, but I digress. The idea is you can do one of two things, or there have been two extremes that governments have been taking. One is to decriminalize drugs. So there's a difference between decriminalization and legalizing. They're not legal. You can still get busted for them, but it's just that decriminalizing means you won't go to jail forever for getting busted with a meth pipe. On the other hand, you could really go at the drug sellers and the drug users and make everything illegal and see what happens. So the I guess benchmark for everybody's decision is Portugal, because in the 90s they had, I think they were kind of closed off to the world for a long time. I'm not quite sure why, but for like 40 years no one could really get in there. So in the 90s it opened up, and in came all the influx of everybody's influence, and with it came drugs, because people like drugs. So what happened was Portugal got a really bad heroin problem, the worst ever, and everything that the government tried to do was like, we can't really make it go away. So let's try something extreme. So they decriminalized everything, and instead of that, they treated drug users like patients, like they're sick. So they made rehab centers and this and that. So if you get caught, you don't get taken to jail, you get taken to a rehab center where they actually will give you more of the drug you like, but in a lesser dosage, trying to wean you off of it. And they have a system in place for making that work. Other places that have copied that, I believe Lithuania, and there's maybe Denmark. I could be wrong about that. But so what has happened was that the good old US was like, oh, let's try it. So they did that in Oregon with the last election, and they kind of forgot one part. They forgot the whole rehab part. They just decriminalized everything. And
I think I heard about that.
It's a nightmare. It's so bad. It's just people just violently robbing each other in broad daylight and just on drugs, on the zombie drug. I'm not sure exactly what strain it is, some kind of a opioid maybe, but it's a zombie drug. People like walk around like zombies. But the visual I wanted to share with everybody was actually from a video I saw from Vancouver. They did the same thing. They just legalized everything without thinking and walking down the street. And they're in a position where I don't think I could keep my balance and walk, but they're so hunched over and they're still somehow staying upright. There's two of them. They're walking, and it looks surreal in Vancouver. That's happening right now. So they tried it, and for some reason, they didn't get the memo that they need to add the other part to it. So that's an they're thinking, oh, well, like alcohol, like there'll be a couple of people that go overboard with alcohol, but if we let everyone have it, most people have enough restraint or whatever to not use it. I just don't think that hard drugs and alcohol are exactly comparable like that. So you can take the other extreme, and this one is maybe more fun, and that is the president of the Philippines, something Duarte. He said, he got elected in 2016 maybe. He said, kill them all. That's exactly what he said. Kill all the drug dealers and all the drug users.
Wow.
In 4 years, well, the last updated thing was like in 2020. So in 4 years, he killed like 24,000 people. Just for, and the thing is, he'll catch you. They'll just raid the streets at night, and if you're on drugs, that's it for you, basically. And the thing about that is that a lot of, and then the people that don't kill, they take to jail, but they kill a lot of people, and everyone in, like, all the citizens love it. They think it's fantastic that he's doing that. So when they interview the drug lords, they're like, well, we're not going to stop, so we just got to figure out how ways not to get caught, because the threat of death isn't enough to stop it. So you have a lot of people in jail. You have a lot of people that are being killed, just like, and then they have a lot of people that are approving of this, right? And that's the most extreme case of that. So I'm sure there's other options, but that seems to be the two sides. So if you were the leader of Zapville, Zapland, and you had to implement a strategy for the rampant drug use in your country, man, you got to be a better leader, man. I know what's going on. All your people are just down in the pipes. But what would you do to resolve that, you think?
That Philippines thing is wild. I never heard that.
Yeah, well, like they don't talk about it too much, but yeah, but he's like, he literally gave a speech. He was like, yeah, and all the drug dealers, and then everyone cheers. But he literally did this, and that's his approach.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's too far in my book, especially for the users, because like drugs are an addiction. And like, yeah, you're not in the right frame of mind to like make decisions and then have someone execute you because of your addiction. I think that's too far.
Okay.
But the thing you said in like Portugal, Denmark, that's interesting. I mean, that seems, again, it's just like, I don't know why the answer for everybody is just throw somebody in jail and then like, well, we got rid of that. Like, that doesn't
exactly.
solve the problem. Like, it doesn't solve the problem. Like,
the problem still exists. Yes.
Yeah.
But
so
with the numbers for Portugal specifically, the numbers of overdoses went down like 90%.
Yeah. So obviously that's a better solution. For sure.
Well, we'll see what happens, because what I'm hearing in Rumorville, as we wrap this thing up, is that they're thinking about legalizing everything in California. But in the way that Oregon is doing it, in the way that Vancouver is doing it. And you've seen downtown LA. What do you think is going to happen, bro? Man, it's going to be chaos and bad times. Very, very, very bad. So hopefully that doesn't pass. But some government people don't think, they're just like, oh, my nephew OD'd once, I should probably do so. That's what politicians maybe think. That's their only connection to this kind of thing. So let's just try something new. Let's decriminalize it all, see what happens. And it'll be bad for all of the people that we see walking on the freeway are on drugs. Every single one of them. And that's going to go up tenfold if we decriminalize the drugs. So just let's not do it, Callie.
Man. Send your relief funds to banditfuture.com just in advance, because I see suffering in our future if this.
I see. You will know pain. You will know pain.
We'll at least know gross. We'll at least know that.
Yes, that is God.
We should do a whole separate episode on that hotel room.
I still have some videos from that. I was giving a review.
Yeah, videos?
I have a video I took
of the hotel room, or walking around.
Yeah. Maybe I can find it. Yeah.
People need to see that.
It was oof. It was really bad. But anyways, this has been another episode of the Laughter Circus podcast. So let us know in the comments if you have a solution for how to solve the drug problem where you're from. Do you have a drug problem? Do you need help? Do you need to talk to somebody? Call the Bandit Future hotline. Just kidding. It doesn't exist. But make sure if you do have a problem, make sure to go see somebody about it. It really is serious. Don't you believe it? Okay, so that's been it. And oh well, I'll tell you what. If you're on drugs, if you're doing too many drugs, I don't know about you and keeping your employment status, you might start freaking out and not make it. And then, you're going to have to be out of you might be down bad. You might be out of employment, and that's not going to be good. If the boss catches you in the bathroom doing what you like, might end up bad for you. I just don't know how to say it, but I think you won't like the result.
I think I get what you're going towards.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm thinking that you're saying that they might take your job. Drugs are bad. Okay.
They took our jobs. They took our jobs.
I was against her, and now I'm kind of with her now too. What's up, everybody? I'm Zap, and that's Jericho, and this is Bandit Future. And I found this on the internet. Apparently, Jericho, this woman blocked a man over. This woman blocked this man because he took her on a dinner date at the aquarium. Huh? Before we jump into it, make sure you hit that like button for the almighty YouTube algorithm. Hit that subscribe button because that helps our channel grow.
All right.
Hey, Tashia Sade, first of all. Okay.
That was the first mistake.
She said, I met this dude on a dating app 2 months ago. We finally went on our first date and he chose to take me out to eat dinner at the aquarium. It was cute and all, but I just think it was childish AF. Like we couldn't go to Ruth Chris. Oh, sorry. Let me get it. We couldn't go to Ruth Chris or something. And I liked him as I don't. That's one word for anyone who's wondering. I don't have time for stuff like this. I need a mature man, not no little boy. I may be wrong, but that's just me.
First of all, I would love it if for some reason she has a British accent. I don't know why. That would just make this so much better. Because there are women that are like, she's a little ghetto. Let's just call it what it is. But there are that version of people from England, and it's just a little bit more. I don't know why. I like it more. I'll tell you what. First mistake. Thaisa Sade appear on your dating app. You swipe left every time. That's the first mistake. I'm sorry for anyone else who has that name. It's just not for me. I'll say that. To her credit, I would have never thought of taking a girl on a date to an aquarium.
To his credit?
No, well, I guess I'm saying I get what she's saying.
Oh.
I would never do that. It wouldn't ever cross my mind. What did they eat? The fish? Like what are they eating? I didn't even know that was an option. I thought they maybe sold popcorn, little pellets you could throw to feed the food. But feed the food. I'm already thinking about it. I don't feel like that's a good first impression, honestly.
Okay, because I was wondering where you were going with it.
Yeah, I think I'm on her side. I don't think that's a good move. I would never do that personally. So I don't think that's a good move.
But have you seen like all the hip hop concerts?
I've seen it. I've seen it. Yin Yang Twins. Pack it up. Pack it up.
You're like 60 years old, bro. And
no, they're not. But they're not that much older than us. I don't think they are. I think they just look terrible. Even that, like, why would you have a girlfriend and you know that she likes penguins in the aquarium? That's that kind of a thing for a first date. Hey, what do they have at the? I'm trying to think. They do have food at like a SeaWorld, and that's assuming it's like a SeaWorld because there's degrees to aquariums. And trust me, I've been to aquariums, and I've been to aquariums like in Long Beach that are like elegant things, and I've been to aquariums that are basically like a puddle, and you just look and stare at the things down there. So I don't know which one it was.
Here's a picture.
Oh, I can't see it really.
It looked like it was a nice.
Yeah, that's the weirdest. Oh, hold on. That's the weirdest thing I've ever seen, bro. Nah, man, that's weird. What is that? Is that a lobster? That is lobster on that. Isn't that what is shrimp? Lobster hole. Whatever he's looking at looks like seafood. That is so messed up. I'm gonna take it all back. Shame on the aquarium. Shame on them for having their things as opposed to aren't aquariums for like preservation of wildlife, marine life? They're serving them up. That's Shamu right there. That's Shamu's cousin right there on the plate. I can't stand for it. So I think she's right. I'm surprised I'm on the side of Taisha, whatever, man. I want to like go protest. Aquariums shouldn't have all the $7.99 shrimp dinners. That's just too much.
Eating people's families in front of them. Yes, that is kind of messed up. But I mean, don't fish forget everything in 3 seconds or something like that?
I'll let you know something about me. I don't know any fish, so I don't know how to operate. I'm not sure. I've never talked to a fish and then walked up and 5 minutes later and he's like, "Who the hell are you?" I've never had that experience.
See, this is why you're here, because I didn't think of any of that. I thought I was just like, I wasn't thinking about like eating fish in front of fish. That is weird. Now that you say that, that is weird. And then the levels of aquariums. Like I was just thinking from a date, I was kind of against her, just from a date perspective. Because I mean, we've done a couple of videos too, and we've seen all this stuff on the internet about women who like it was like a Cheesecake Factory thing, like a while back.
That's sacrilege. You can't talk bad about that.
We were like, all the men were like, hold up, well, wait.
That's a really good first date.
I was see what the people in the comments said because
they
were different. One of the reasons men disappear from dating. Hey, that's me. Click that link, people. Hey, They said you're gonna stay single for the rest of your life.
Okay, cold-blooded.
That's why you a single mom.
Extra cold-blooded, potentially correct.
The
but
fellas are like, they look past the aquarium part. I think that's a big miss.
Nah, man, we can do better than
Fire
that.
back.
We can do better. No. Here's the thing. Go back. I mean, yeah, I feel like you should go all out. No, you should not. So there we go. There's the line. No, you don't go all out on the first day. I don't know you, bruh. I met you. We're going to a delicious place like the Cheesecake Factory. It's exquisite. You'll enjoy it. I'm gonna pay $45 for 2 of us. It's gonna be fantastic. I'm not going all out. But I'm not going. So so where's the difference between all out and aquarium? There's a middle ground. There's a middle ground we got to find, gentlemen. I think that's what we can do. I believe we can
all
do
out in aquarium.
Yeah, there's a middle ground.
Oh man,
there's a middle ground.
You like threw a monkey wrench in this because I was just like, is it an expensive place or is it cheap? And then you're like, it's an aquarium, and I'm like, it is an aquarium. That's weird.
And the thing is, I think aquariums can be expensive too. But
Wow,
nice.
I was against her, and now I'm kind of with her now too.
Unless you really know that she really, really loves and then again, if you love sea otters and stuff, don't eat their friends in front of them. That's messed up.
I feel like it's not the same, but it's like it feels along the same line as like eating at the strip club.
What are you eating at the strip club, bro?
Well, I mean, they have like food there. Some people like really like the food that they serve at the strip club. I mean, they go for entertainment.
You're right. You're right.
Some people just go for the food because they just really like it, and I'm just like, that's such a weird combination.
I know more women that would rather go to a strip club on a first date than an aquarium. Maybe we can make that a poll, but I'm pretty sure I know. I'm not talking for all women. There's women I know. They'd rather go to a strip club than an aquarium for a first date. So,
oh man,
have you ever been sitting around just minding your own business and like, man, I haven't been to the aquarium in a while? Like, is that just a thing that pops up? Because it's never happened to me.
Oh, the more you talk about it, the weirder it is.
Aquariums are just not.
That is a weird first date.
I think it's weird.
It's not a weird first date. It's a weird first date to have dinner.
Like if you had dinner and then went to the aquarium.
Yeah.
I can see that.
That doesn't feel as bad.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
But if you like, we just going to the aquarium to eat. What if it's like you pick out the one you want and
I know it is. I know it is.
Did you see the South Park where it was like Honey Boo Boo and she was like picking out a pig to I don't know if it was a pet or to eat or something.
I don't remember that one.
She was like picking out a pig, and there's this country farmer. He's like, "Which one you want? This one right here?" She's like, "Yeah, I want this one." He looked at me funny. I want this one right here.
Yep. But I mean, it's hard to tell if a fish is looking at you. I don't think their eyes can move, and they can't blink, right? So,
oh my god.
But in any case, you see what I'm saying is just, I think, I honestly think that I'm in favor of that point that she made. Not the go all out point, but the aquarium to eat. Yes, let's put that in there. Aquarium to eat. Gotta miss me with that. That's kind of strange.
We put a whole nother level on this.
Kind of strange.
So
the right thing.
Keep the conversation going in the comments. Is it like he should have taken her to a better place or not? Or he should have taken her to an aquarium or not? Once again, this is Bandit Future. Leave a comment if you like this video. Share it with somebody who likes to have dinner at aquariums. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on right now.
There's at least one guy who does. There's at least one guy we know who does.
We trying something new, man. Internet, we out.
First mistake. Thaisa Sade appear on your dating app. You swipe left every time. That's the first mistake. When her face moves, she does show more emotive gestures with her face than I'm used to seeing from robots. It's kind of weird. It's almost too much, but it's kind of like they're going to try to make her as human as possible.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Jericho. This is Zap, and we are the now 8-time international pop hip hop. Well, 8-time international award-winning pop hip hop duo Bandit Future. We make clean, fun music that everyone can listen to with a sound that is uniquely Californian. And right now, congratulations, you won. You are now listening to the Lights and Circus podcast, where we talk about things that are funny, interesting, and just straight ridiculous. So before we get into this, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share this video with at least 2 people that are comfortable with our imminent AI takeover, because something has happened that I was not aware of until recently. Okay. So I've seen some stats on